We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
The first serve of the volleyball postseason is in the air, and it was points galore on the football field in round 1 of the postseason tournament. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The volleyball postseason gets started this week with district play. 32 district winners in each of the 4 divisions will advance to regionals next week. Regional winners face off in quarterfinals on Tuesday, November 14th, with those winners all meeting up in Battle Creek. Kellogg Arena is once again host for both the semifinals and finals. The semifinal round will be Thursday and Friday, November 16th and 17th, with the finals on Saturday, November 18th. Divisions 2 and 3 will play their semifinals on the 16th, with Divisions 1 and 4 on the 17th. And on Championship Saturday, the Division 4 final will start the day at 10 a.m., followed by Division 1 at noon, Division 2 at 2:30, and Division 3 at 4:30. All semifinal and final games will be available to watch on the NFHS network or to listen to on the MHSAA Championship Radio Network. For updates on who's advancing and where the next round will be played and at what time, be sure to check out MHSAA.com and click on volleyball. North Branch, Pewamo Westphalia, and Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart will all be looking to win a 2nd straight title, while Bloomfield Hills Marion will be trying for a 4th straight title in Division 1. It's time for Game Balls when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Alma soccer star Leo Richter. He's the school's all-time leading scorer with 91 goals. His 91st came in a 2-1 win over Fremont, and that victory sends Alma to its first ever boys soccer semifinal appearance. Buchanan's Emma Miller. She finished first in a Division III cross-country regional and helped her school to a first-place finish as a team. Miller turned in a time of just over 20 minutes. And to the Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart 8-player football team's entire defense. Playing an all-gray Sims team that averaged more than 50 a game, Sacred Heart held them to 0 in a 34-0 shutout win in round 1 of the 8-player playoffs.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
I am running a great race at Michigan International Speedway. I'm about 2 miles into the 3.1 mile event, and I am on track to set a PR for the season. As I run towards the next turn, a runner a few steps to my left cuts right in front of me, causing me to slow down and nearly stumble. I regain my balance and keep going, but lose precious seconds during the altercation. Is interfering with a runner a penalty? It is. If a race official sees a runner bump, trip, or run across another runner's path, causing them to change course or lose their natural rhythm, it's interference. The runner charged with interference is disqualified. The runner who was interfered with continues on with his or her race.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register.
The first week of the football postseason is in the books, and there were a number of eye-popping notes from the 128 games in 11-player and 16 games in 8-player. 3 3-win teams made the playoffs. One of them, Lansing Catholic, got their 4th win and advanced. The Cougars will play Ovid Elsie in round 2. They say beating the same team in back-to-back weeks is tough, but in Division II, both Birmingham Seaholm and Midland Dow did just that. Seaholm knocked off Groves 56-49 for the second straight week, and Dow took care of crosstown rival Midland 14-7 a week after beating them to end the regular season. Davison and Caledonia had the offenses revved up. Davison beat Lapeer 76-35. That was also a Week 9 rematch that went Davison's way. Caledonia put up 72 in a win over Portage Northern. Gobles notched its first ever 8-player playoff win by beating Mendon 50-14. Complete coverage of round 1 and a look ahead to round 2 is all at MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Jaden Terry start step up the middle of the field, 40, big hole 50, he's gone 45, at the 30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Jaden Terry. The tank with Lansing give read option keeper a whole bunch of space. At the 40, got the 35, 30, up the middle of the field, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bryce Underwood. And welcome to game night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here on taking it at the 14-yard line with an offset by Tyson Mann. Shimmies over the 30, burst of speed at the 40, right sideline 50, but get away from the tackle, walking the tightrope at the 30, 25-20, all alone, 10-5, touchdown Grandville. Snap to Underwood from the gun, fake handoff on the RPO, thrown left side, caught Yarbrough, sidesteps to the defender at the 5, walks in the end zone, touchdown Belleville. The Tigers put it away, 34-17. They're going to go back-to-back. A fake handoff, keeper left side over the 45-yard line, outside the number of the 40, 35-30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 7 touchdowns for Mason McKenzie. And Caledonia has just about served this one up on ice. And hello everyone, and welcome to game night, and welcome to Hackley Stadium in downtown Muskegon. This stadium tonight hosts its 502nd Big Reds game, but tonight is a rare and a special meeting between the Big Reds and their crosstown rival from Mona Shores with a district championship on the line. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, and welcome in again to historic Hackley Stadium CT, and that's the best way to first set it up. Just the second all-time playoff meeting between these two Lakeshore rivals.
Yeah, I think, two teams that are very familiar with one another, played each other already once earlier in the season, but as you said, just the second time meeting in the playoffs with this on the line, a district championship going to be crowned here tonight, so just that much added to this rivalry.
All right, we've got a ton to get to on our Centennial Securities pregame show, so we're going to step aside. We're going to go to a bit of a feature to help hype this game up and set some things up a bit, and then we'll be back with a lot to talk about as these two rivals meet for the second time this season. It was a 3-touchdown win the first time around for Muskegon, but you never know. Throw out the records, throw out everything. It's a rivalry game. It's a playoff game between a couple of teams that certainly have got Ford Field aspirations at the end of this season. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here from Hackley. Originally built in 1927, historic Hackley Stadium was designed and built by the Osborne Engineering Group out of Cleveland, Ohio. The same company that was responsible for the construction of the Big House, Notre Dame Stadium, and Old Yankee Stadium. In its near 100-year history, Hackley has now witnessed over 500 Big Reds games, with number 500 coming just weeks ago, as the Big Reds beat Grand Rapids Union on Muskegon Senior Night 51-6. The Big Reds are the winningest program in the state of Michigan's rich football history, and a top 10 winning program nationally, playing the bulk of that history on these hallowed grounds. Old school is the operative word here. Smack dab in the center of the downtown campus historic neighborhood, next to the classic Muskegon High School building. The old school 2-story press box rises above the lone stand, which towers over the new high-tech field turf surface, showing off just part of the recent 2020 restoration, leaving this place glowing once again. And tonight is a special one. The rivals from Mona Shores are in town. Both teams run the Muskegon offense, named after this town and developed within the walls of this stadium, and have each stacked state championships in recent years. But back now in the same division, this year only one can live to fight on. A historic venue, a historic matchup. This is Muskegon Mona Shores. This is the Division II MHSAA District 10 Championship. And this is Game Night's Road to Ford Field.
You identify your number one personal trait, the thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
MGN, here's the drive. I am Chandler 2.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Michigan Game Night, Tailgate Report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do, at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30. We're on the air for that. Goodbye. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
Looking to this move forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz orthodontic smile of the game. Grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough backcourt. Your flight's at 5, or your?
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight. So
That sucks. So that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
yeah, no. If I'm at the airport at that time, I will be, but I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, hey everyone, Nate Dreyer from MGN, and MGN merch now available for purchase, and we have got a ton of options. Here's where you find the new MGN shop. Go to MichiganGameNight.com. Many of you have probably been there before. Click on the shop merch tab. Many of you have probably been to the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN merch tab. It'll take you here. We've partnered with Teespring, neat company that allows for us to have a lot of different shirt designs. They'll print them, they'll make them, they'll ship them out to you. So a neat way that allows us to have a lot of offerings. We've got a ton of really cool t-shirts, hats, snapback, dad hats, beanie hats, water bottles, more t-shirts, more sweatshirts, just a ton of options. Really, just a ton of options that you're going to be able to look through and find exactly what you may want. We've done what we can, like I said, with Teespring to try to stack this thing. We'll have plenty more options that we'll put up on social media, but make sure you check it out.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Centennial Securities pregame show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here from Hackley Stadium, getting ready for Muskegon Shores this evening. And we've got a ton to get to, CT, as we get closer to kickoff in this one. But we begin, obviously, with a look at the offenses that both these teams are going to run tonight, and it's named after the town. It's the ski gun offense. It's the pistol option offense developed here by Tony Anise, who's, of course, now at Ferris State back in 2008. But it's a very fascinating offense, and these teams run slightly different versions of the same thing, but it's very run-based, very physical, very interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's a very similar background for both of these guys that helped invent this offense, and now they know it inside and out. They know each other. It's pretty much the exact same offense, some slight variations in personnel and some of the formations that they'll use, but yeah, very similar at its nature. And you'll see the way that they run it can be a little bit different at times, with Muskegon running the football from it a little bit more. Mono Shores throws the football out of it, but for the most part, they'll be lining up and looking very similar.
Quarterback battle, so interesting. Third-year starter Mackay Guy from Muskegon, incredible runner. We saw him, of course, in the spring during basketball season as well. Jonathan Pittman, big kid, junior, very smart, throws the ball very well. Two guys that are multi-year leaders of their teams. They do it in slightly different ways, but they'll be the focal point of what we're looking at tonight.
Yeah, both extremely talented players. They attack teams a little bit differently. As you said, Mackay Guy, very quick, just an extremely talented runner of the football out of that offense at the quarterback position. Can throw the football, has a couple passing touchdowns on the year to go along, and is capable of throwing the football, but really good using his legs. Pittman, on the other hand, very strong, big body quarterback that can stand in the pocket, deliver the football down the field, can also run when he needs to, but he really does well in the pocket.
And, of course, these offenses, everything they do is going to be based off the run game, typically first and foremost. Different ways that they do that. First off, Muskegon, talk about one third-year senior, a couple guys in the backfield as well that you're going to be able to look at. Destin Piggee, the slot back, along with Jakob Price, the terrific running back. You know, Piggee, incredible speed, incredible open field ability. Price, a good hybrid back. And then the sophomore, Tamarion Stewart, over 200 pounds. Super, super tough kid from Mona Shores. Three backs between the two teams we're going to talk about. They all do it in different ways.
They do, yeah. I think the two running backs from Muskegon in Piggee and Price, when you combine them with the Mackay Guy in the backfield, it's really difficult to stop because they're all so quick and they're all going different directions with the motions and motion across the field. It can be tough to keep up with when you've got three weapons like that on the field. But on the other side, Stewart from Mona Shores, talented running back as well on his own, is a very powerful guy. Can carry the ground game for the Sailors when it needs to.
Yeah, absolutely. And you move on. The run game, of course, so critical in what these two teams want to do. But the pass game going to have an X factor. Had an X factor the first time these two teams played, and it's where Mona Shores' maybe greatest advantage comes with Jonathan Pittman, who's had an incredible year passing the ball. Perfect in terms of no interceptions, 12 touchdowns on the year, very accurate passer of the football as well. If Mona Shores does have an advantage, and it looks like it's going to be staying mostly dry tonight possibly, or likely that's where their advantage may lie.
Yeah, I think the first time around, able to get some big plays down the field, take some shots, and it really kept them in the game for almost 3 quarters. They're going to need a lot more plays like that here again tonight. If Muskegon's going to continue to move the football on the ground, Mona Shores is going to have to find a way to keep up in the air some big shots down the field.
And lastly, keys to victory tonight. We kind of set it up for Mona Shores. They're going to have to find different ways offensively to do it. They may have to force some turnovers from Muskegon. If they're able to really implore their will up front, do a lot of the things that they're able to do offensively, their huge offensive line, the skill guys behind it, control the clock, control the ball, they'll be in very good position, but that's what we're looking for. Muskegon can't make mistakes. Mona Shores is going to be looking for a couple big plays to kind of keep it up and make it open it up, I should say, early in this one.
Yeah, you saw, to go back to the first matchup once again, and Muskegon able to really control the trenches, dominated the ground game, and able to really wear out the Mona Shores defense towards the end of the game. If they're able to do that, kind of follow that same game plan, they'll be sitting pretty good for Mona Shores. It's a trying to find some big plays down the field that, like we just talked about, but also trying to find an answer defensively to slow down some of those plays and try to limit the amount of time the Big Reds are able to hold on to the football.
All right, getting closer to kickoff. We'll be right back here. Muskegon, Mona Shores getting ready to kick things off for their only second ever all-time playoff matchup here in the Division II District 10 championship game. Be right back here from Hackley Stadium and game night.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Experts. Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
At Sporting U, we know the quality and service our customers are looking for, and we make sure we deliver. Whether it's uniforms, embroidered or screen-printed apparel, promotional products, or a company web store, Sporting U has an experienced team, phenomenal suppliers, and in-house production to make it all happen seamlessly. You think it, we ink it. Our team is here to help your team stand out. Find out more at sportingu.com. That's sporting and the letter U.com. Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Game night from Hackley Stadium here in Muskegon. The MGN Road to Ford Field is rolling on here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. It's a classic lakeshore rivalry. Muskegon, Mona Shores, they've only met once all time in the playoffs. It was 2015. Muskegon got the edge in that one as part of a long stretch of back-to-back and on. It was about 10 in a row district championships that they won throughout that era. Muskegon won the coin toss, by the way. They deferred the option to the second half. It'll be Mona Shores getting their offense on to begin this contest. Tonight's head coaches are Shane Fairfield for Muskegon and Matt Koziak from Mona Shores. That's tonight's head coaches, presented by Sporting U. Sporting U, you think it, we ink it. We have what you need to look your best. Check them out online at sportingu.com. This week's Family Fare tailgate special is pork loin, all natural boneless New York chops. Buy 2, get 3 free. Left to right across your radio dial. It'll get ready to get sent away by the Big Reds and their senior kicker, Adrian Ramos Velasquez. The Big Reds in all red, top, bottom, and of course the helmet with the Big Reds logo in white on it. Mona Shores, all white with the Mona Shores helmets in baby blue on top, numbers in baby blue as well. Mona Shores sends their dangerous junior, Hayden Terpstra, back to the 5-yard line to get ready to receive this opening kick, and Muskegon will be sending it away left to right across your radio dial. Velasquez puts it away, right leg through the football, but whistles cutting there as he does so. Penalty markers down. It's going to be against Muskegon, who CT had a little bit of an interesting formation with kind of half their guys in essentially track stance on that kickoff, but that'll get brought back 5 yards on the violation. And we will now see the senior Terpstra move ahead to his 10-yard line to get ready to bring this one back. Of course, relatively new in the last 3 years. Turf surface here at the oldest stadium in the state of Michigan, or right there among the oldest stadiums, 1927. This place is built, and boy, it's got a lot of charm, especially playoff football on nights like this. Once again, Ramos Velasquez with the ball on the tee. Terpstra, the deep man, he'll back to his 11-yard line now. The ball now on the 35-yard line for this opening kickoff, and we will get ready to do it again right here. Ramos Velasquez, right leg threw the ball, angling kick down to the 12-yard line, taken outside the left hashes and brought up by Micah Carafel. He broke through the line past the 50 to the 40, 35, 30, stiff-arming his way out of bounds inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Micah Carafel, the up man on the short kick, turning the field position around, and a great starting position for Jonathan Pittman and company from Mona Shores, CT.
Immediate momentum there for the Sailors, able to get that kickoff return way down the field. Lennox Brooks able to catch him for the Big Reds and prevent the touchdown there, but instantly just outside the red zone for the Sailors, and their offense is looking to get rolling here.
Jonathan Pittman will start. Tamarion Stewart, the big 215-pound sophomore, will be in the backfield along with him. Carafel, Cage, and Jager Johnson, the opening wide receivers in this look, as Coach Koziak is changing his unit up on and off the field right here a little bit. As Pittman takes a long look back towards the sideline right here. Amari Richardson, the senior, will check onto the field. Pittman, 6'1", 205 pounds, 66% passing on the season, 12 touchdowns, no interceptions, and Coach Koziak is going to be forced to burn a timeout before Mona Shores has even run a play. So some miscommunication with their unit right there, Chandler. They're running different running backs in particular on and off the football field, and right away, Mona Shores forced to burn a timeout. Next fall, Calvin University debuts its intercollegiate football program, and practice is already underway for Coach Trent Fig and the Knights. This fall, catch Michigan Sports Radio's coverage of the Knights countdown to kickoff with the debut of Fig on Football Monthly Show. You also can watch Calvin University hockey on Michigan Sports Radio. But CT, like I said, right away, Mona Shores forced to burn a timeout 10 seconds into this one with some miscommunication with their unit before the first play.
Yeah, difficult there. Right after the big play on special teams to open up the game, you got to burn a timeout 10 seconds in. It looked like most of the unit out there looking towards the sideline, ready to roll, just couldn't quite settle on the personnel and figuring who they were going to send out onto the field. So a bit of an anticlimactic start after the big return.
Exactly. Mona Shores will break it out. Their line in place. Pittman looking back to the sideline with all the skill position players still gathered around him. Now they'll break the unit. Two wide receivers go out wide to the right, tight end off either side of the line. From the pistol, in motion, left out of the backfield to the right side is Hayden Terpstra. They throw it Terpstra's way, caught 25-yard line, turns up back around the line of scrimmage. He'll tumble down, it looks like a yard behind the line of scrimmage, back to the 23-yard line for a loss of a yard. 11:35 and less to go in the first quarter. Different look there. They motion Terpstra. They don't get anything out of it. It's actually a loss of 2 yards officially, back to the 24, second down and 12.
Yeah, they motion out before the snap. Terpstra out to the right flat, and then just a quick throw, dump it off to him, try to let him turn it upfield. But the coverage from the Big Reds right there, able to immediately wrap him. He hardly caught the football and was trying to turn upfield and was already brought down.
Mona Shores, second down and 12 right here from the Muskegon 24-yard line. 11:10 and less to go. Clock running down. And again, Jonathan Pittman in this offense gets ready to break. 22 total touchdowns in the regular season for Pittman. They go full house pistol right here. Pittman, here's the snap, quarterback power, pitches it right side to Micah Carafel, blown up in the backfield. Absolutely nowhere to go as Adrian Rankin, the junior, busted in to blow that play up in the backfield for a loss of a couple more, nearly back to the 30-yard line. It'll be third and very long. This play going the wrong way the entire drive. 3rd and 15, the mark to the 27.
Yeah, the Big Reds coming out very aggressive defensively there. Another big hit this time in the run game. Off the option, reads it well, able to deliver the big hit as soon as Carafel caught the football. Back-to-back plays for -5 yards now combined.
Such a big front line for Muskegon. The big senior Stanley Cunningham, 6'4", the standing edge rusher off the near side of the field with Mona Shores driving right to left. Pittman goes out of the pistol. He brings Stewart to his left hip, short shotgun formation. Mona Shores, here's the snap. Pittman dropped a pass, throws, looking for the end zone, and Carafel incomplete with some bumping between Lennox Brooks and Carafel down the field. It'll be 4th and 15. A decent look down the field, but a little overthrown in the end zone. It'll be 4th down.
Carafel running the post route out to the left side, had the single coverage. Lennox Brooks there. Pittman threw the football a little bit too high, as you said. If he keeps that ball in front of the receiver, maybe a little bit short as well, there's a chance. But the overthrow there, and now the Shores offense can have a decision to make here.
10:04 to go, first quarter. No score here early. 4th and 15 for Mona Shores from the Muskegon 27-yard line. And and they'll break it out, and it looks like offensively they might think about going for it here in no man's land. They run it up to the line, short shotgun formation, tailback off the right hip of Pittman, 2 wide receivers out to the left, low snap to Pittman, settles it down, throwing it deep, left side, looking for the end zone, correction, ball batted around, intercepted by the Big Reds up the near side of the field, racing past the 25-yard line, and laid out on a big hit is Lynn Wilson, the junior. It was intended for Jagger Johnson. He bobbled the ball at the entrance of the end zone. It bobbled on to Wilson, an INT for Muskegon, and the Big Reds have got it.
Quite the play there right near the goal line. Pittman throwing that football up there, just a go route along the sideline, giving Jagger Johnson a chance that he underthrew it. It was wobbling. But Johnson actually had a chance to come back for it and had his hands on it. Looked like he was going to catch it, but in the process of trying to scoop it with his hands and bring it to the chest, flipped it up to the defender.
Muskegon will start at their own 32-yard line. 9:52 to go in the first. They go short pistol I formation. Fullback Price, deep back is Destin Piggee. Couple receivers tight to the left side of the line. 4 down front for Mona Shores to begin. Just a couple strides off the back of the center. I form from the pistol. Pitch left side to Destin Piggee. Angling left outside the numbers at the 30. Shimmy a speed to the 35 and dives ahead to the 36-yard line. Right in between at the market. And a good gain on first down to kind of shimmy ahead right there for Destin Piggee for 4 yards to the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 6. 9.5 to go first quarter. No score. Mona Shores INT thrown at the goal line, and now the Big Reds going to work. Mackay Guy, senior quarterback, 3rd-year starter, had over 1,000 rush yards during the regular season. Bit of a power full house look out of the short shotgun right here. Guy trying to draw Mona Shores off sides, and he got big Luke Emmons to come in off sides. The 6'3", 305-pound senior gives away 5 free yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for Muskegon up to their own 41.
Sailors' defensive line trying to get a jump start there. They've been forced to the challenge of trying to shut down the run game of the Big Reds, trying to get their a head start and try to get into the backfield, but the hard count got them.
Again, full house backfield, blockers off either side of the line. Short shotgun, here's Guy. End around give to Destin Piggee. Piggee at the 35, going the wrong way. Turns it up to the 40, got the 43, got shut down. He's got just enough to move the chains right there. 1 yard past the number. Good tackle made by the edge rusher, Chase Thalman, the senior on the stop. First down to the 44-yard line. But Destin Piggee shows it off right there, CT. Under 9 minutes to go in this first quarter, but he was going almost the wrong way, just running sideways. He turns it up, and he somehow was able to find 4 or 5 yards on that quick turn up the field.
Yeah, the linebacker Baker had a shot, came up, saw the motion, and was trying to get up and make the tackle, but Piggee just outran it, stretched it enough to outrun the tackle.
4 wide receivers, short shotgun formation. Tailback, Price off the left hip, gets his first touch of the game. It's Price running right, stiff arm at the 47-yard line, and angles out of bounds into Mona Shores territory to the 49. Good gain on first down of 6 or 7 yards for the Big Reds. Robertson on the stop. It's a gain of 7 to the 49-yard line into Mona Shores territory. 8:30 to go first quarter. No score. Big Reds with the football driving after they got a stop on the first drive. After the return came deep into their own territory. Mackay Guy turning and looking around. Pistol back is Jakob Price just behind. Wings off either side of the line, out of the ski gun formation here. In motion right to left goes Piggee. Triple option, fake give to Price. Pitched left side to Piggee. Wrapped up at the 50-yard line for a loss of a yard. Micah Carafell hunting him down in the backfield, 3rd down.
Yeah, great coverage on the outside in the run game by Carafell, able to come up, tackle Piggee in the open field behind the line. Not an easy thing to do. Piggee tried to give him the stiff arm, but Carafell able to still wrap him up, drag him down.
Chandler ski gun offense, we saw a good time to talk about it. We see our first triple option, 2008. It was developed right here on this field. Of course, Coach Koziak, Coach Fairfield have run their own versions. We'll be able to talk about that much more as the night goes on. 3 wide receiver set, short shotgun. Wing back, left to right across the line is big Terrence Davis. Snap to Mackay Guy, rolling right to pass. He throws it, caught at the 45-yard line, running into space by Davis. He'll rumble over the 40-yard line to move the chains to the 37. Chain mover on 3rd down to the rollout pass to the ranging wing back / tight end Davis. First down, 7:43 and less to go first quarter.
Yeah, the Big Reds don't throw the football a ton there, but in 3rd and short, able to roll out their big tight end, get him the football on the flat, and let him pick up that first down.
Kai does have 7 pass touchdowns on the year. He'll work out of the short shotgun. Tailback to the left hip is Jakob Price. Quarterback power draw right up the middle. Able to sidestep a defender at the 35. Sidesteps one more, twisting by Carafel past the 30 and dives into a tackling pile right around the first down marker. He'll move the chains to the 27-yard line. 2 defenders try to get the run at Mackay Guy, but he put the brakes on, stopped a couple times, and moves the chains inside the 30.
Yeah, what's so impressive about Mackay Guy is his ability to make guys miss in the middle of the field. It's not just the speed and outrunning guys. It can be in tight quarters. He's got that stop-start ability that makes guys miss.
7:20 to go in the first quarter. Muskegon up to the Mona Shores 27-yard line. No score, 1st and 10. 3 wide set from the short shotgun. Guy went to the hard count, now looks back to Coach Fairfield and company for the new call. Tailback is Price. Slot back to the left is Destin Piggee. Back into the gun goes Mackay Guy, wearing number 3 in the Big Red's all-red uniforms. Claps the hands. Here's the snap. Give up the middle to Price. Sidesteps the defender. Racing out at the 25. Burst of speed at the 15. 10-5. Touchdown, Jakob Price. Sidestepping and driving his way into the end zone with a burst of speed. 6:50 to go. 6-0 in the first quarter, Muskegon.
Strong start for the Big Reds. Able to a tough spot after the special teams kickoff return. The defense gets the interception at the goal line. Offense immediately drives right down the field. Long touchdown run from Price there on the zone. Looked like he was going to go inside. Got the linebacker to bite and then immediately bounced it to the outside. Nobody there.
Ramos Velasquez looking to add the extra point here. High snap, settle down. Right leg through the football, nearly blocked. Angles right through the uprights. Good. 7-0. Great start for Muskegon. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
Andy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here, Hackley Stadium, and a very quick, very effective start for the Big Reds. Chandler, a good stop defensively after they gave up position deep into their own territory. They got the INT. They quickly drive down the field. Very impressive run from Jakob Price to finish off the drive.
Yeah, they had pretty much everything working there. Only had to convert that 1 3rd down. Had to go to the air one time, but for the most part, the ground game effective as it was in the first matchup between these two teams.
Left to right across your radio dial, it will be Ramos Velasquez sending it away once more for Muskegon. 6:50 to go in the first quarter. Deep man back to the 5-yard line. Hayden Terpstra, low, driving squibber, hits at the 20-yard line. Taken at the 10, up the left side of the field by Carafel. Sidesteps one defender over the 24 and pushes the pile down around the 27-yard line. Here comes Jonathan Pittman and company. Chandler, it was a bit of a disaster last time offensively. Couple losses, then they were forced to chuck it up a couple of times, eventually ending in the turnover. But Coach Koziak's team has to try to find a way to find points right here. And CT, it's going to start with Jonathan Pittman. What an incredible passer. What a smart kid. No interceptions until that last one that we just saw on the season. A strong runner as well. The offense is certainly built around him.
Yeah, definitely going to need some big plays. They tried to just outside the red zone, but unable to connect.
2 wide set, 2 tight ends, short shotgun for Pittman. Tailback is Tamarion Stewart, offset to his right hip right here. Muskegon brings a 4-down front. Stewart now motions to the left hip as the Big Reds show some pressure. Right to left in motion goes Terpstra. They give it to him, turning the corner at the 35, racing past the 45 to the 50, angling into Muskegon territory, cut move past the 40, and tackled from behind by DeCario Speech inside the 35, down to the 30, and slow back to his feet after that great run is Terpstra. He's able to get back to his feet, but a big hit from behind by DeCario Speech. But once again, Mona Shores finds themselves down to the 31 and deep into Muskegon territory right away on a drive.
Yeah, they run the end around there with Terpstra. You can see as soon as he turned the corner to the left side, there was no one there, able to get the kick out block on the corner, turns it upfield.
6:20 to go, first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. 6:16 to go, as I just said. Clock rolling down about halfway through this first quarter. And again, Muskegon Mona Shores taking their time to get the call out. They'll break it out. 4 down front for the Big Reds. Full house pistol right here with a back offset to either hip. Give on to Stewart. The big sophomore lowers the shoulder over the 30 and pushes his way down to the 28-yard line. That was a meeting of a lot of muscle. Adrian Rankin meeting Stewart in the hole. Stewart 6 foot, 215 pounds. Rankin 6'1", 215. Not much room to go right there, but a good gain of about 4 on first down for Stewart.
First touch of the game for Stewart. Didn't see a touch on the first drive, but they are getting him involved. First down run, picks up 4 yards. Now the Mona Shores offense in a situation in second and medium can maybe get a little bit more going and be less predictable on the ground or through the air.
2nd and 6, 28-yard line into Muskegon territory for Mona Shores. 5:22 to go. They go back in the first quarter to the full house pistol. Give to Stewart again, left side, sidesteps one man and dives over the 25 down to the 24-yard line. A very late penalty marker came out as well. Mona Shores is clapping. This may be coming after the play against the Big Reds. There's also a penalty. There's one penalty marker down behind the play and 1 down in the secondary. So the officials will talk about this one right here. It was a gain of 4 for Stewart, another hard-nosed run from the big 215-pound sophomore. This call will be interesting, though. We'll see if it may move the chains or if it's going to be moving the Sailors backwards.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 16 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
You heard it, unsportsmanlike conduct against Adrian Rankin Jr., and that will move Mona Shores into the red zone. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-0 is the Big Reds lead, but the Sailors driving. A good break right there, and Chandler, they're finding some success just letting the big guy lower his shoulder the last couple plays.
Yeah, going between the tackles, letting Stewart just go get a little bit of a speed, momentum going through the hole. He's been able to run through a couple tackles.
Jonathan Pittman getting the call in from the sideline. The line already in place at the line of scrimmage. The skill position players will now get ready to break for the Sailors quickly. 4:20 and less to go first quarter. Back to the full house pistol. Tailback off either hip, and then Stewart behind. They give it to Stewart up the right side over right guard, lowering his shoulder. Trio, quartet, and more of Big Reds engulf him around the 10-yard line. He will get it up to the 9 for a gain of 3. On first down. They're running right into this big front. Stanley Cunningham, 6'4", nearly 200 pounds. Chris Jones, 240. Quincy Johnson, 200. Nakai Wynn, 245. And a couple more 250-plus pound guys on this front line on both sides for a very, very big Muskegon team. They will make the official mark the 10-yard line for a 2nd and 8. Clock ticks under 3:42 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Muskegon. Mona Shores, traveling white uniforms, driving here at Hackley Stadium, trying to get their first points of this playoff game on the board and right the ship a little bit. Back to the same formation. Full house pistol. No one out wide. Snap to Pittman. Option pitch right side to Carafel. He'll throw it to the end zone. Incomplete, broken up. He was looking for the tight end, Andrew Baker, on the trick play. 3rd down and 8 from the 10.
Yeah, they've been running in between the tackles with Stewart a couple times in a row there, 3 times. I think trying to catch the Big Reds off guard there, run a little bit of a trick play off from that where you get the receiver going around the outside. You think it's just going to be an end-around run, instead trying to hit the ball down the field and into the end zone, but the Big Reds coverage stays home there, able to get in, knock the ball free.
3:21 to go first quarter. 3rd and 8, Mona Shores. Full house pistol, tight end off either side of the line. Power look from the 10-yard line. Give to the end-around man. It's the big guy, Baker, tumbling over the 5, lowering the shoulder, hammering his way through Wilson, into the end zone. Touchdown, Mona Shores.
Drive the Mona Shores Sailors needed right there after their first drive. Went backwards, ended up losing yards, and ended in a turnover. That one going 71 yards down the field, answering, looking to tie this game back up.
That just kind of shows you why you don't listen to us, because we were telling you about this Mona Shores passing attack and why that would have to be how they'd win the game. They just went power pistol with 2 tight ends, everyone in the backfield, and blew their way down the football field with some power. Pittman to hold, left-footed kick, Ezra Carafel able to send it through the uprights. Good, 7-all with 3:15 to go in the first quarter. We'll stay with you. And thank you to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance. They are the presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. For those of you listening that maybe have an interest in our normal team, Grandville, I saw the Bulldogs. went up 7-0 over the Bulldogs. And then Ethan Newville got an interception as well for Grandville. Oh, it was Newville that got the interception to set up the touchdown. So Grandville forced a turnover. You're going to hear this a lot from us throughout the night, folks, as we are updating you on all these other games going on. Of course, Michigan Sports Radio with that coverage as well. So, good answer, big answer, Chandler, from Mona Shores. Is it'll be Baker, who just blew his way into the end zone. That'll get ready to try to send this one away here. Piggee, the deep man, back to his goal line, right to left across the radio dial. Baker will get ready to send it away after that powerful scoring drive from Mona Shores. 3:15 to go, first quarter. Baker, right arm in the air, right leg through the football, right to left across the radio dial. It angles to the outside, taken by an up man at the 15-yard line. Run across the field. This is Adrian Rankin past the 20. He's got the 23, where a trio of Sailors engulf him. Here come Mackay Guy and company, Chandler. This offense was very, very efficient the first time around, and the touchdown came from Jacob Price, but we saw all of these guys make a big impact.
Yeah, all tremendous playmakers for this Big Reds offense. When they get all three rolling and involved, they can be tough to stop. You saw it there on the first drive. Guy with some rushing yards and completion. Piggee a couple carries, and then Price with a long touchdown run.
3:08 to go, first quarter. Muskegon starts from their own 24-yard line right here. They go 4 wide set, short shotgun. It's hard count snap, and now a look, or fake snap, and then back to the sideline off the fake clap is Guy. He'll step back into the gun, tailback Price, who had that touchdown run to end the last drive. Offset to his right hip. Mona Shores brings it forward down front. Here's the snap and a fake give. Running it right is Guy. Has a block over the 30. Burst of speed to the 40. And he's wrestled out of bounds to the 44-yard line by the edge man, Hunter Kruger. That'll move the chains. Good run there from Mackay Guy on the read option. 3:01 to go, first quarter. 7-all.
Mackay Guy able to get off the right side there, and just how quick he changes direction, makes defenders miss, and then turns what would be a nice carry on first down, a couple yards, and makes that almost a 20-yard gain.
1st and 10, own 43-yard line here for the Big Reds. 3:01 to go, first quarter. They go split back formation right here out of the short shotgun formation. 3 wide set, a little bit of fake option motion on the fake give to Piggee. Now running right is Guy, never able to set up the pitch as he runs towards the right sideline to Price, and he'll get wrestled out back along the line of scrimmage on kind of a busted play right there. There's a little bit of a triple option out of the split back short gun. This is my favorite formation they run, where they get both Price and Piggee in the backfield, and right there on the triple option gives.
Yeah, really well defended by the Sailors that time to the outside, though. The Mackay Guy looking to pitch it, decided he was going to hold on to it as the pitch man was pretty close and really wouldn't have been effective, so holds on to the football, but then the Sailors there to wrap him up and knock him out of bounds for no gain.
2:54 to go, first quarter, 7-all. 2nd and 10 now for the Big Reds. They go out of the pistol formation, wing off the left side of the line is Terrence Davis. Fake give, read option keeper left side. Guy running along the left side of the line. Burst of speed over the 50, making a man miss at the 40. Twisting by a defender to the 30. Into the open field, 20, 15, 10, 5. Twisted down from his ankles to the 3-yard line. But an electric run from Mackay Guy, doing it himself through 3 or 4 waves of tackles. 1st and goal, Muskegon, 2:40 to go in the first.
There again, you see it down the field, making guys turn around as they're trying to run and chase him. He's got guys looking to try and find where he is. He's weaving his way across the field, had to run through one jersey tackle. He was being dragged down from behind. Finally able to get him to the ground, but not before he gets all the way down to the 3.
Power unit in, big Chris Jones, the fullback. The deep back is Rankin. Short pistol to the hard count. Guy now looks back to the sideline. Out wide to the right, they have Piggee. Couple tight ends off either end of the line right here. This is their power look from the 3-yard line. 1st and goal. Snap to Guy. Give, Rankin up the middle, stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Absolutely laid out. Micah Carafel, the strong safety, shutting it down. 2nd and goal, right back to the 3-yard line. That was a brick wall he ran into.
Yeah, I think the Sailors expecting the inside run there. Was hitting the hole pretty hard, but he got hit immediately at the line of scrimmage. Didn't fall forward at all. The Sailors defense standing strong on first down.
2nd and goal, right back at that 3-yard line. 1:50 to go. Clock running down first quarter. 7-all. Muskegon looking for another quick score. Jacob Price found the end zone on their first drive. They now go back to their more traditional 4-wide set right here with the pistol back Jacob Price returning in to the field of play. He'll go offset the right hip out of the short shotgun alongside Mackay Guy. Here's Guy. Quarterback run, right side, burst of speed, tackled from behind at the 1-yard line by by Andrew Baker. It'll be 3rd down and goal from inside the 2-yard line. What a job by Baker chasing down Guy from behind, though.
Absolutely incredible by Baker, coming from the weak side all the way across the line of scrimmage, had to chase down Mackay Guy, which is not an easy thing to do. Brought him down before he was able to get across the goal line.
One of the Sailors' big guys down on the field right now will get looked at, so an official timeout on the field. We'll stay with you right here, and we'll even welcome you inside Hackley Stadium. Nate Chandler with you. Man, I tell you what, he didn't score on that play, but Mackay Guy, we've seen on a couple runs. Jacob Price had the one run, but Guy in this game, you're going to have to go back and watch some of these highlights because you can only describe him so much for some of what he's doing to break tackles. It's the quick strides that he makes, and he's able to just, with every stride, seemingly change direction. He's one of the harder guys to tackle that I have seen in a long time at the high school level.
Yeah, it's difficult. I think you've seen Mona Shore's defense already having some issues, and just the way that he can really lose defenders. He can run. He's pretty powerful for his size, but also just the 2nd and 3rd levels when he's up against the linebackers and the safeties, he gets them lost out there. He's the way that he changes directions and can go any different way with the bit of a shorter stride, but the way that he can move across the field is hard to keep up with.
And, of course, he'll play a big role this winter as well as Muskegon looks to try to get back to the Breslin Center as they did last year, with him being a very big part of that team. So with some help, Jeremiah Love, the big senior, very important big senior, Jeremiah Love, who was out the last time these teams played, will leave the field. So Love off the field, CT. Very big loss for the inside of this Mona Shores defense that has been able to make a couple of stuffing plays inside the 30-yard line. And at the end of the play, you may have just heard that announcement, an unnecessary roughness call came in against Trent Rosenthal for the Sailors, so it'll become 3rd and goal from inside the 1-yard line. 4 wide set, Guy runs up the middle, stuffed at the line of scrimmage. It looks like he's short. Took an absolute leveling blow, and he's down at the inch line. Carafel and company laying him out again. Inside 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Unbelievable effort at the goal line. They'll have to stop him one more time, though.
Yeah, Mackay Guy, it looked like as he ran in, almost hit one of his own linemen and then fell down. He had a chance to try to extend it, but the side judge there ruling he was just short.
Guy, short pistol, 4 wide set, 4th and goal inside the 1-yard line. Here's the snap. Guy over right guard, lowering the head, bursting away from a defender into the end zone. Touchdown, Muskegon.
Sailors defense very close to getting a stop there on the inch line. Mackay Guy again got bottled up initially. Would have been very close. It looked like there the official hesitant to call the touchdown, but the second effort as he spun off of that tackle, got himself easily into the end zone. The second effort from Mackay Guy, fighting through the initial contact, scores another touchdown.
Just 5'9", 160 pounds, but he finds a way to wrestle his way into the end zone on the second effort, and Muskegon goes back on top. Right leg through the ball for Ramos Velasquez. He'll angle it through the uprights. Good. It's a full 7-point advantage. 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. Muskegon back up a score. We'll be right back.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back to Hackley. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, 14-7. Muskegon back on top after a grinding effort from both sides at the goal line. The Big Reds eventually able to punch it in and go back up. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. And again, Ramos Velasquez will get ready to send this one on away to the Sailors. high, I should say, pooch kick at the 20-yard line is muffed by Terpstra on the run-up, regathered, shakes off 2 defenders at the 25-yard line, gets sent backwards, forward progress to the 25. It was a lot of steps to get to the 25. It was a little bit of a scary moment for Mona Shores, but they'll start at their own 25-yard line. 23 seconds to go first quarter, 14-7 Big Reds.
Mona Shores offense again back out there, find themselves down a score. They really did not want to get into a track meet with the Big Reds, but now, once again, after the defense gives up the goal line touchdown, find themselves trying to march their way down the field, and they answer that.
It was a powerful drive last time for the Sailors. They go 3 wide, short shotgun, and Pittman, the junior, leans into the gun. Went to the hard count as Muskegon brings a 4 down front. The big tailback, the sophomore, 215 pounds, Tamarion Stewart, is in the backfield. He'll go offset left hip right here of Pittman. Snap to Pittman. Give to Stewart is faked. Read option keeper. Bursting into the open field over the 35-yard line. And a shoulder tackle sends Pittman tumbling over the first down marker down to the 39-yard line. Tackle made by Mackay Lennox Brooks, but a chain mover. Pittman, he's a big guy, but he's got some speed in the open field, and he shows it right there. Coach Koziak going to bring his team back to the sideline. They're going to let the final 5 seconds run off the clock, and we're going to go to the second quarter. 14-7 after 1. Muskegon on top, but the Sailors driving. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back to Muskegon. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, second quarter, getting ready to rock and roll. Sailors driving 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. They go back to this power pistol, full house backfield set, tight end off either side of the line. End around, give to Baker on the left side. He is stood up at the line of scrimmage, turning outside the numbers, and lowers his head down to the 40 to get maybe about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 right here for the Sailors. But this has been their most effective form of offense, Chandler. No one out wide. Couple tight ends out there and just stacking it in out of the power pistol and trying to drive their way ahead out of it. They only get a yard right here, though, and they've now got 2nd and 9 with the first about 30 seconds gone in this second quarter of play. Now under 30 seconds to go. Again, ball up to the Mona Shores 40-yard line. They trail 14-7, and they're taking their time to get this call in from the sideline. They've already had to burn 1 timeout in the early goings of this football game. Pittman breaks him out. Single wide receiver goes to the near side. Otherwise, a full house pistol formation. Give on to Stewart. Stopped up the line of scrimmage. Turns his back for maybe half a yard. Nowhere to go is Chris Jones, the big senior. Shuts him down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 9 right at the 40-yard line.
1st and 2nd down. The Big Reds defense making the adjustment to this power formation that the Sailors offense has been running out there. Now back-to-back plays, going for no gain or a single yard there. Sets the Mona Shores offense back, and now 3rd and long, might have to go to the air.
The second quarter on Michigan Sports Radio is brought to you by Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialists. Their physicians specialize in allergy treatments, helping you find relief and get back into the game. That's Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialists. 3rd and 9 for Mona Shores. They run it out from their own 40-yard line. 10:26 to go. 3 wide set, short shotgun, wing off the right side, fake give. Pittman rolling, dropping to pass, throws, caught on the leap at the 45-yard line by Baker, and he'll tumble inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Andrew Baker had the TD run on the end around, and now the tight end ranges into the open field, able to haul in the quick grab and get his team down to the 35-yard line.
Absolutely incredible throw from Pittman there. Had pressure in his face almost immediately. Had to throw that football on the seam route in the middle of the field quicker than what he wanted to, but put it in the absolute perfect place for Baker to catch that one. Defender right there. I'm not sure how Baker able to keep his hands, keep his eyes on the football and then get his hands to it, but secured the catch and a big play down the field, third down conversion.
We tick under 10 minutes to go, 9:50 and less to go, second quarter, 14-7 Muskegon. But the Big Reds have got a 1st and 10 up to the the Sailors have got a 1st and 10 up to the Big Red of Muskegon, 35-yard line. They'll break it out back to the power pistol here, no one out wide. Pittman, end around give over the right side of the line, twisting ahead to the 30-yard line is Carafel, and he's hauled in from behind by DeCario Speech after a gain of an even 5 yards to the 30. Actually, they'll mark him back down where the knee initially went down to the 31-yard line for a gain of 4 on 1st down, again up to the Muskegon 31.
Yeah, a bit of misdirection on the counter run there. They've been doing a lot of power runs with Stewart and Pittman. This time, slow developing play. Tries to get Carafel going the other direction.
Same look, full house pistol. Pittman went to the hard count, now looks to the sideline. They have a tight end off either side of the line right here. They've got a back off either hip, and then the pistol back behind is Tamarion Stewart. Mona Shores facing some pressure here defensively. Give up the middle to Stewart. Stutters right over center, past the 30, down to the 29-yard line for a gain of 2. That'll make it 3rd down and 4. Muskegon starting to sell out a little bit more right now, Chandler, defensively as well. They're loading the box more than they have all night long, especially when this power look comes out there.
Yeah, and so far, Mona Shores has stayed in the power run game. Haven't been tempted to try to take the shot down the field. We'll see if the Big Reds continue to stack the box like that and bring some bodies close to the line if they want to try to hit one over the top. But for now, committed to the run game and trying to pick up a couple yards, give themselves 3rd manageable.
8:18 and less to go, clock ticking down in the second quarter. 3rd and 4 for Mona Shores, up to the Muskegon 29-yard line. They trail by a touchdown. 2 wide set. They both go to the left side of the field. In motion left to right goes Terpstra. They give it to him on the end around. Turns the corner at the 30. Stuttering by a defender. Diving down to the 25. He'll move the chains right on the number. Able to move it. Rankin and Speech coming in to help make the tackle along with DeCarrion Taylor. He needed the 25. He got exactly the 25. That'll move the chains. 7:47 and less to go. First half. Pittman taking his time to get the word in. Mona Shores, Chandler, they've been grinding the clock down. They'll do it again. Again, 2 tight ends, 1 off either side of the line. 2 receivers go left. The tailback will be the pistol back Stewart here. Out of the pistol is Pittman. Went to the hard count, looks to the sideline for the new call. Pittman, the 6'1", 205-pound junior, wearing number 3 in the all-white uniforms, leans in. He motions Stewart to his right hip and now looks back to the sideline. Coach Koziak is not happy as he is going to be forced to burn his 2nd timeout of this first half already. 7:15 to go in the second quarter. 14-7 Muskegon, and a 1st and 10 play coming up for Mona Shores in just a moment.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
Welcome back out of the timeout. Some miscommunication, a false start on Mona Shores, so they burn the timeout and they'll lose the 5 yards anyway. It'll turn it into 1st and 15 back to the 30-yard line, and the kind of yardage that you don't want to give up against this hard-nosed Muskegon defense that's allowing just 13.7 points per game on the season. 7:15 to go in the second quarter. So now trailing by 7. Mona Shores with a 1st and 15 backed up to the Muskegon 30-yard line. The Big Reds bring 4 down linemen as the Sailors will break it out. 2 wide set. Both go far side as they drive left to right. Down back in the pistol back is Stewart. They give it to him over the left side, shimmying over the 25 and diving down to the 23-yard line. to carry on Taylor and company, standing over top of them. Decent gain on first down to get it back inside where they originally were to 2nd down and 9 from the 29.
Yeah, picked up the penalty yardage back there, but the Sailors offense has been having some miscues pre-snap, just really taking a long time to get the play call in and then get into the formation. Had to burn 2 timeouts because of that, and then off from that, the false start that set him back there on first down.
2nd and 9 from the Muskegon 29. 6:40 to go, second quarter. 2 wide set, short shotgun, snap to Pittman at the waist. Dropping to pass, throwing deep left corner, looking for the end zone, overthrown, incomplete. That one bounces over the wall, over the big snowbank, by the way, that still rings around Hackley Stadium. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Pittman going one-on-one coverage to the outside. Had receivers down that way, but overthrew him again towards the back of the end zone. The coverage pretty well covered down the field, so not a ton of room for him to try to throw that football.
6:30 exactly to go. Clock stopped in the second quarter. 3rd and 9 for Mona Shores from the Muskegon 29-yard line. Sailors trail by a score. Traveling white uniforms, driving left to right. Will march it out right here. Jonathan Pittman gets ready to go to work as he runs his team out. He'll go short pistol formation. Pistol back is Stewart. In motion right to left across the line comes Terpstra. They fake the give, drop to pass. Pittman, pressure coming, down he goes. Sack to the 31-yard line. Quincy Johnson on the bull rush in the sack. 3rd down and long. 4th down and long, I should say.
Yeah, trying to go to the passing game on 3rd and 9, go down the field, but immediately again, pressure in the backfield now. We've seen a couple times, even though Pittman was able to get one off earlier in the game, that time wrapped up in the pocket as he went down, and a big loss on 3rd down, but where they're at on the field looks like going to leave the offense out there, even though it's 4th and very long.
We've seen this exact play once before. They kind of told Pittman to arm punt. If it gets picked off the goal line, which it did last time, it gets picked off. They will get ready to throw it deep. They have a 4th and 16 from the Muskegon 31-yard line. Taking their time to get this call in again. 5:40 and less to go. They may be forced to burn a timeout, and that's what they'll do. They'll run the clock down. They'll burn the timeout. 5:37 to go, and Mona Shores, late in this second quarter, have used up all of their first half timeouts. The GRPS Turkey Trot is taking place on Thanksgiving Day. Michigan Sports Radio listeners that register with the code 2023 MSR5, that's 2023 MSR5, can receive $5 off. You can click on the Turkey Trot logo on the Michigan Sports Radio main page to register. Of course, also thank you to Centennial Security, CentennialSCC.com, and Farmers Insurance, presenting sponsors, longtime presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Make sure you check out MichiganGameNight.com and the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio, including make sure you check out the MGN YouTube page, which many of you might be listening to tonight if you're new, including our Tailgate Report podcast. Follow us across all social media at MIGameNight. Again, if you are a new Muskegon area listener tuning in tonight, and of course also through our main page, check out the MGN merch shop. We've got plenty of different stuff going on there that you can check out as well. So Mona Shores down 14-7 with 5.5 to go in the first half. We'll spread them out here. Empty backfield, 3 wide set. All the receivers go to the right side. And here's Pittman out of the gun. Drop to pass on 4th and 16. Firing deep, looking for the end zone. That was thrown nowhere. A couple of Sailors were looking up maybe for a penalty call down the field. They won't get it. Thrown deep into the coverage, and it'll turn the ball over on downs. 5.5 to go, and a pretty critical drive for both sides coming up right here. CT is Muskegon. They've driven easily. They've got a chance to take a 2-score lead into the break.
Yeah, I got plenty of time to do so now with 5.5 minutes to go. Mona Shores there really looking to try to answer that touchdown from the Big Reds, but on 4th down, well behind the chains, and then trips side to the field. Had 3 receivers, but looked like not on the same page with any of them. The ball kind of thrown in between all 3, really in no man's land.
Muskegon opens up 3 wide set from their own 31-yard line. Guy looking to try to go to the hard count. Now back to Coach Fairfield and company on the sideline for the new call. Tight end off the left side of the line, Terrence Davis. Tailback is Jacob Price, offset to the left hip of Guy out of the short shotgun. Chest high snap, give to Price, up the middle, stood up at the 31-yard line and sent backwards hard by Trent Rosenthal. He was able to lean on the forward progress ahead to the 33-yard line for a gain of a couple, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and we'll give credit to some of the Mona Shores defenders on the interior there, the defensive tackle been able to hold their ground for the most part in the middle and the between tackles runs. It's been a lot of the outside stuff, and the quarterback runs to the outside end arounds that have gotten a lot of the yardage for the Big Reds. But going back to the last drive in near the goal line, seen some big hits in the middle of the field. They've been able to hold their ground, even though that Muskegon offensive line is very big.
We tick under 4:50 to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Big Reds. Give to Price around the left side, cutting it up past Thalman, gets laid out back around the line of scrimmage. Give him 1 yard to the 34. Another big hit taken on the inside one more time. I think that was Baker that gave the leveling blow. Like you said, some big hits from the inside of this defense, but the speed of the Big Reds able to get to the outside, but backed up to their third and most difficult so far in this game. 4:23 and less to go, clock ticking down in the second quarter. 3rd and 7 for Muskegon from their own 34-yard line. The Big Reds lead at 14-7 in the District 10 championship game. 3 wide set with 2 to the left. Out of the short shotgun, Mackay guy. Claps, here's the snap to the senior. Drop to pass, clutches, firing deep over the middle, intercepted at the 40-yard line. Backing in to that one, turning it upfield on the INT. Is Amari Richardson. 3:56 to go, and it goes back the other way on the INT.
Yeah, 3rd and long there. The Big Reds forced to go to the air, down the field, trying to get the post route in the middle with Taylor, but Mackay guy overthrows him pretty severely, allows the defender just to play center field there, reads it the whole way, gets his head around. Really wasn't even in coverage that time. He was on the opposite side of the field, but able to see that throw and then just get underneath the football and get a pretty nice return as well.
All right, 3:56 to go. Back to the full house power pistol right here to start this drive at the Muskegon 43-yard line. Give to Stewart over right guard, trying to cut it up into the pile and twists out of the initial push in that pile. Down ahead to the 41-yard line for a gain of 2 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 8 here with 3:41 and less to go in the first half. So now Mona Shores, after that INT, as both teams now have thrown a pick, they, Chandler, have a chance to kind of flip this game with Muskegon getting the ball to start the second half to get it into the locker room tied.
Yeah, going into the game, talked about the Mona Shores defense and how they were going to need a stop, whether that was a turnover or forcing a punt to try to keep their offense in it, give them a chance to find themselves down a score, but the defense answers there, gets the turnover on the interception, gives their offense a short field. Now need to capitalize on that.
3:12 to go. Full house pistol, single wide receiver out wide to the left is Jagger Johnson. Snap to Pittman, give to Stewart, over right guard, burst of speed over the 40, pushing a pile down to the 40 or the 37-yard line on the forward progress. Make it about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 for this upcoming play. 2:50 and less to go. Clock running on down in the second quarter. 14-7 Muskegon. Mona Shores, though, continuing to take their time right here, bleeding some clock inside 2:40. Official mark the 37, and a 3rd and 4 here for the Sailors. In between the hash marks, up to the Muskegon 37-yard line. Long look to the sideline for Pittman and company. He'll relay the message to the line, and he'll start to break out of the huddle right here. Pittman runs him out. Full house pistol. Wide receiver right, Johnson. Snap to Pittman. Give to the backup back, McCorvey Hill. Sidesteps a man ahead to the 35-yard line where he's shut down. It'll be a 4th down and 2.5 right here on the mark for the Sailors. Less than 2 minutes to go as the clock ticking on down in the second quarter.
Yeah, much more of the playbook open, though, for this 4th down. The last couple that they've had have been behind the chains. It was pretty obvious passing down. The Big Reds able to get a pass rush into the backfield. This time, 4th and short. They can still go to that power run game that they've been going to quite a bit here in the first half.
4th and 2 from the 35. Out of the full house pistol. Pittman went to the hard count, now looks back to the sideline. Clock ticking under 1:35 to go in the second quarter. 14-7 Muskegon. And the 4th down play from the 35-yard line. Snap to Pittman, drop to pass, looking deep, left sideline, 5-yard line, Johnson, hold it in, down to the 2-yard line, out of bounds. What a grab by the junior, 1st and goal, clock stops with 1:18.
Again, really well covered down the sideline. Yeah. Drummer, the corner, was right there. The ball just put right over top of his helmet and shoulder pads. to where the receiver could still catch the football, get the feet in bounds, and a big play, taking the shot. Risky there on 4th and short, not going to the power run game, but they connect.
Wow, 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. The Sailors break it out with 1:18 to go in the second quarter. They trail 14-7. They go back to the power look. 2 tight ends, full house pistol. Snap to Pittman. Give to Stewart, fake, triple option. Pittman will keep it and dive with a leg tackle inside the 2 down to the 1-yard line. Play was kind of blown up, but a smart decision by Pittman to move it ahead. Clock will tick inside 1:05. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line for the Sailors here.
And Pittman, even though he kind of knew he was dead to rights there along the outside, wasn't going to be able to make a miss, still able to dive forward, turn that into a positive gain, gets him down to the 1. Now they can really milk the clock out, try to take off essentially the entire 45 seconds that are remaining and go into the halftime tied.
Clock ticks under 45 seconds to go. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Full house again. Power run up the middle. Pittman shut down a yard short. Adrian Rankin twisting him down in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1.5-yard line. Inside 25 seconds to go. Remember, Sailors, no timeouts remaining. They got to run it quickly if they want to get a full 2 stabs at the end zone. They go full house pistol one more time. Snap to Pittman. Quarterback power run. Diving for the end zone. Waiting for the signal. He's going to be short inside the 1-yard line. 10 seconds and less to go. 4th and goal. They got to go quickly. 5 seconds and less to go. And Mona Shores, no timeouts remaining, are not going to be able to snap the football. Zeros across the scoreboard, and the lack of timeouts, Chandler, comes back to really haunt the Sailors at the end of this first half as they will go into the locker room down 14-7. A very, very big halftime meeting, I think, coming up for each of these teams. Will welcome you inside for the Farmers Insurance halftime show. Yeah, I mean, at the end of this game, and we look back at things, that late sequence, they got it down with about 1.5 minutes to go for a 1st and goal from the 3. They're unable to run 4 plays without that timeout and kind of going slowly between the plays. And it just feels now with Muskegon getting the ball to start the second half like that could be a determining factor in this tough, grinded-out game.
Yeah, much different feel if the Sailors are able to punch that one into the end zone, tie this football game up, and make a couple plays there. I think they feel really good going into halftime. Instead, the Big Reds get some momentum on the goal line stand there, able to get the stop. Right, thanks to the clock running out, but I think some serious issues on the timing of the pre-snap stuff for the Mona Shores offense that they're going to need to look at for the second half.
All right, a lot more still to get to, and we will get to his stats, scoring recap, and much more. 14-7, a grinder in Muskegon, leading it at the half here from Hackley. Do not go anywhere. It is a Division II District 10 championship game here on game nights, road to Ford Field.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades Local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Located just 20 minutes from Grand Rapids and Kent City, the Falls at Barber Creek is one of Michigan's premier golfing destinations. The beautifully designed 18-hole public golf course welcomes golfers of all ages and skill levels. Its challenging track with dramatic elevation changes through breathtaking scenery, including a 40-foot waterfall, makes it a place you're definitely going to want to play. Check out the course with a drone flyover and reserve your tee times at thefallsatbc.com.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINR.
MGN is the driver. I am Chandler T.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dryer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dryer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dryer. Michigan game night, tailgate report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30. We're on the air for that. Goodbye. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
To listen to this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough backcourt.
Your flight's at 5 or your...
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight, so...
That sucks. So you're actually... That was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
Yeah, no, if I'm at the airport at that time, I will be, but I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay. All right, welcome back. Nate Dryer, Chandler Timmer, with you here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. This is our Farmers Insurance halftime show, CT. 14-7 at the break, Muskegon over Mona Shores. And we were saying right before the break, or kind of off air, I don't think I've ever seen a lack of timeout so notably hurt a team in the way that it wound up hurting Mona Shores at the end of this game. But in a grinded-out game where every possessions matter, both teams have turned it over. The drives are taking a while for Mona Shores to
it really feels like leave 7 points on the board in this kind of game. It's a real kick, and they're going to have to really come out strong defensively for this first drive upcoming in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. I think as the underdog coming in this game, as most people probably anticipated, that it hurts there. You're right near the goal line, and a lot of times in a situation like that, it's a thing where, maybe if you had a timeout, you would have been able to do this, but that was a very obvious one that if you have a timeout left, if you hadn't had some of the miscommunications on offense setting things up, you would have been able to reset there. And who knows, the Muskegon defense could have still held up on fourth down, but that obviously there to not have that ability hurts them going down the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Scores and stats from the first half of play in this one. All the scores coming, by the way, within the first quarter. 6:50 to go in the quarter, and all pretty much coming in the second half of the quarter. 6:50 to go in the first quarter. Jakob Price from 27 yards out, extra point good. It was then Baker for Mona Shores, lone score with 3:15 to go from 10 yards out. They also hit the extra point, and then Mackay Guy with 29 seconds to go in that first quarter with a 1-yard plunge into the end zone. Extra point was good. CT, if you don't mind taking us through some first half stats from this
All
one.
right. For the Mona Shore Sailors, offensively, Pittman had 3 completions for 55 yards. Did have an interception early on in the game as well. On the ground, Carafel had 2 carries for 4 yards. Terpstra with 43, Stewart 24, Baker with 11, Pittman with 16, Hill with 2. Through the air, Terpstra had a catch, went for -2 yards, Baker with 25, and Johnson with 32. For the Big Reds, Mackay Guy 1 completion for 12 yards, also had an interception. Mackay Guy on the ground had 87 yards to lead the Big Reds. Piggee with 6 yards, Price with 37. Rankin had 1 carry that went for no gain, and the 1 completion was to Davis for 12 yards.
If you're a Grandville listener, it's been bouncing back and forth between us and Brock Conkle. Of course, it looked like it was 14-14 last time I looked, with Rockford driving, potentially going to go to a field goal. So the Bulldogs holding their own in that one for sure. We can maybe give some commentary on that one if we do have some of our normal Grandville area listeners here on game night. I mean, again, it's a night of game script. It's kind of similar to Mona Shores. The game script going pretty well for them. Just some mistakes within it. Grandville went up 14-0. You can kind of say the same there. It feels like it's a little bit of a bubbling upset night in a couple games across the area, including this one remains close, and Grandville Rockford.
Yeah, I think so. You get to this time of year, and you got rivals playing against each other with a district championship on the line, and crazy things happen sometimes. I mean, you get some really good football with both these teams know it's win or go home, and when you get that rivalry factored in, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got a lot more still to get to, so do not go anywhere. We'll be right back here on our Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. 14-7 Muskegon over Mona Shores at the half here at Historic Hackley Stadium in downtown Muskegon.
You identify your number one personal trait, the thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FIN.
Hey everyone, Nate Dreyer from MGN, and MGN merch now available for purchase, and we have got a ton of options. Here's where you find the new MGN shop. Go to MichiganGameNight.com. Many of you have probably been there before. Click on the shop merch tab. Many of you have probably been to the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN merch tab. It'll take you here. We've partnered with Teespring, neat company that allows for us to have a lot of different shirt designs. They'll print them, they'll make them, they'll ship them out to you. So a neat way that allows us to have a lot of offerings. We've got a ton of really cool t-shirts, hats, snapback, dad hats, beanie hats, water bottles, more t-shirts, more sweatshirts, just a ton of options. Really, just a ton of options that you're going to be able to look through and find exactly what you may want. We've done what we can, like I said, with Teespring to try to stack this thing. We'll have plenty more options that we'll put up on social media, but make sure you check it out.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades Local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here, halftime from Muskegon. Both teams will come back out on the field for their warm-ups here momentarily and are starting to trickle their way out onto Historic Hackley Stadium. But what a first half, Chandler. I guess now the question is, the first half of this game has gone very similar to the last several meetings between these two teams. You look at a very close back and forth first half, grinding first half in both of the last two contests going back to last regular season and this regular season. It was Muskegon pulling away in the second half. They get the ball to start the second half, and you get the feeling that that sort of thing certainly could be on tap for them if they're able to offensively quickly move it down the field and start to roll a little bit on the offensive side of the field.
Yeah, definitely. We saw it early on in the game, the Big Reds offense really clicking, moving down the field pretty effortlessly. Then in the second quarter, neither team scored after a bunch of scoring in the first quarter, so things slowing down a little bit. But Big Reds a chance now after that big stand right before halftime to come back out on the field. If they can score with a nice drive down the field, they can distance themselves and put a lot more pressure on the Mona Shores offense.
Yeah, both teams getting into the warm-up, and 14-7. We'll get that up on screen one more time, breaking out a couple new graphics things. If you're not new to MGN, you would see tonight trying out as we get into the playoffs, because there's no better time to try it out than the most important games of the year. That's always our philosophy. But we thank everyone for tuning in. Of course, make sure you can see on the bar across the bottom, follow Michigan Game Night across all of social media at MI Game Night. Of course, also check out Michigan Sports Radio, our partners there. 7, I think, total games this weekend for the second round of the playoffs, and a lot of those will continue into the future as well. MGN, typically, we do a lot of work with the Grandville Bulldogs, as you may have seen in the intro. Bulldogs, biggest games, best teams. Depending on what happens in that Grandville-Rockford game, it is 21-7. Rockford scoring right before the end of the first half. If Grandville does lose, I think if you've seen us with this game in D2, I think we'll kind of stick with D2 between this and then the Caledonia Byron Center side of things, as well as they go into their different region clash. So certainly you may see us more kind of sticking in this area. But this is a matchup, Chandler. I want to talk kind of big picture. This is always one of my absolute favorite games to do. We did the regular season game last year here at Hackley, but this environment, these two teams, these great longtime rivals with all of their both recent and longtime history. Again, Muskegon, the winningest team in the history of Michigan high school football, a top 10 program nationally in terms of high school football wins. Mona Shores, the 2 championships in the last 5 or 6 years here, to add to things under Coach Koziak's run. But the offenses are so much fun. The pistol option base that both of these teams run, a lot of creativity built in from there. This is always one of the most fun games, I think, that we have been able to do the last couple years in this playoff game, living up to the hype right now. Yeah, it sure is. I think just so many factors that you mentioned, that when you look at it and put it here out on the field, it's one of the best in the state of Michigan, and it's been a great one so far tonight. A close game. Looks like it's going to be another close one into the second half between these two, but
just so much for both of these programs. When you look at the state titles for both of them, the success they've had, the head coach for both of these teams, just a tremendous job running these programs, and then to see them go head-to-head in the playoffs like this for just the second time ever, really cool atmosphere.
It'll be the winner of Heritage and the winner of Heritage versus Dow that will have the winner of this contest. And on the other side of this region, on this side of the bracket, includes that Caledonia-Byron Center game going on. Saw earlier 21-7, the lead for Caledonia in that one. So I think everyone's eyes looking at whoever wins this game, if they can get through the Saginaw area team, maybe sizing up, and if it is Muskegon, in particular, who's leading right now, maybe that Muskegon, Caledonia, or Mona Shores, Caledonia rematch from a couple years ago in the playoffs, all kind of out there. So that certainly will be a lot of fun to see. Both teams are wrapping up their warm-ups and getting ready to go for the third quarter. 14-7 after the first two frames play for Muskegon. That is their lead. The third quarter on Michigan Sports Radio is brought to you by Michigan Hearing Experts. Their doctors of audiology use real ear measurements to optimize your hearing aid performance so you don't miss a play. And also, the Family Fair Tailgate Special this week is pork loin, all natural New York chops. Buy 2, get 3 free. Muskegon, all red for the Big Reds. Helmet, top and bottom, numbers in white, trimming in white. Traveling all whites, top and bottom, white socks, white shoes to go along with it for the Sailors with their classic baby blue Mona Shores logo in white. Helmet, fresh 12 minutes on the board, and it will be Muskegon and the deep man Destin Piggee backing to receive this first kick of the second half. Piggee backs down to his 5-yard line. Mona Shores will set it off left to right across your radio dial. Andrew Baker, the big fullback, tight end, linebacker, and kickoff specialist, will get ready to send it away from the 40-yard line left to right across your radio dial. 12 fresh minutes up on the board, and away we go. Baker sends it away. It is taken with a bit of difficulty off the turf, churning on ahead by Muskegon, and their up man, Adrian Rankin, who's got it up past the 25 to around the 27-yard line right here, though, on the forward progress, pushed him to the 30, and that is where Muskegon starts. 6 seconds off the second half clock, and Chandler, I don't have to set it up much more than this is the most important drive of the football game so far for both sides.
Yeah, it sure is. I think Muskegon looking to get their offense rolling much like it was in the first quarter, where they're able to move down the field, really had the run game going. Mona Shores defense desperately needs to stop, trying to keep pace.
Mackay guy working out of a 4-wide set out of the short shotgun right here. The tailback is Jakob Price, the senior, who had that 27-yard touchdown to open the scoring in this game. Ball on the left hash mark from their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10, snap to Guy. Give to Price is faked. Read option keep with a big hole for Guy. Stumbling over the 35-yard line, taking a hit, coming up, jawing, and marked down to the 38-yard line for a gain of 8 on first down from Guy. The chippiness, the aggressiveness of this ball game picking up CT.
Yeah, I can see Guy just lowering the shoulder there as he gets one-on-one with the safety down the field, able to run him over, and then trying to get his team motivated.
11.5 to go, third quarter. Guy barking out the signals. They'll stick 4 wide here out of the short shotgun. Offset left tip is Jakob Price. Mona Shores brings a 4 down front. Fake handoff. Guy dropping to pass. Pocket collapses. He'll tuck it down. He'll run. He'll dive over the 40 to the 41-yard line, and that will move the chains. Sat in that pocket for as long as he could, CT, before he was forced to evacuate and able to get the first down before Jamari Taylor, the big junior, hauled him down to the 41.
Big Reds dropping back to pass on 2nd and short that time. The Sailors bring in some late pressure from the linebacker position. Mackay guy sees it, waits for the blitzer to step up into the pocket, and then able to fall forward. Only needed a couple to get the first down, gets 3 there.
10:45 to go, third quarter. 14-7 Muskegon and the Big Reds working on a 1st and 10 from their own 41. Sticking out of the 4-wide set, right to left across the line of scrimmage in motion goes Piggee. Fake give to Piggee. Up the middle, Guy will dive to the 45-yard line. He got wrestled out with a late hit and a face mask. It's going to bring a late penalty, and it's going to bring an unnecessary roughness call to Mona Shores and move the chains for the Big Reds, it would appear.
Yeah, Mackay guy looked like he had about 5 yards, but was still pushing towards the end of that play, pushing the pile forward, trying to spin out of it as much as he could. At the last second, the flag coming in there as the face mask was grabbed.
And it is a face mask call officially, And that will move the chains into plus territory for the Big Reds. The kind of mistakes defensively that Mona Shores can certainly not afford to make, as Muskegon will go up to the Mona Shores 39-yard line. Ball on the left hash mark. 10:28 to go third quarter. 14-7 Big Reds. And they'll work out of a split back short shotgun formation. Piggee offset to the right. Left tailback is Price. They give it to Piggee on the end around left at the 35-yard line, lowering the head and bowls over a defender down to the 34. That was Micah Carafel lining him up on the tackle, but a good gain of 5 yards on first down to the 34 for the speedy Destin Piggee, who's been a little quiet to get going so far in this game.
I'd have to imagine that's something the coaching staff for the Big Reds talked about at halftime, and going to try to get Piggee a little bit more involved. Just his 4th touch of the game right there, 11 yards rushing.
Second down and 5 from the 34-yard line. 9:48 to go in the third quarter. Snap to Guy. Extended give to Price. Jumping past a couple of defenders. Angles over the 30. Tackled from behind by Kruger. And he'll have the first down as he moves the chains to the 27-yard line on the tough run from Jakob Price. 5'7", 175 pounds, a little undersized, but boy, he's a tough load to bring down with a ton of speed, as we learned earlier in the open field as well. 1st and 10 for Muskegon, up to the Mona Shores 37-yard line. 9.5 to go, clock ticking down third quarter. 14-7, the Big Reds lead. They in their home red uniforms are driving right here. They'll stick out of a 4 wide, short shotgun set for senior quarterback Makai Guy, who had a touchdown plunge earlier. Right now, the game-winning touchdown plunge if the score were to stay where we are. Mona Shores changing up their defensive front. Fake handoff. Guy dropped a pass, throws left side, looking for the end zone. Broken up. Some contact between Brant Brooks and Omari Hall-Brown on the coverage. No penalty markers. Pass broken up. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, both receiver and corner there fighting down the field. The shot taken towards the end zone, but the ball underthrown a little bit. Some contact from both sides. No call there. I think that's probably the right judgment, as they were both kind of hand fighting going down the field.
One of the first deep shots of the game for Muskegon, their first one, wound up intercepted earlier on in this contest. So now Muskegon going to work, 9:01 to go. Clock stopped in the third quarter. The Big Reds a 14-7 lead over Mona Shores here on game night. It's a 2nd and 10 from the Sailor 27-yard line. 3 wide set. They bring the wing back in. Fake handoff. Read option keeper for Guy. Burst of speed at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Makai Guy. Turning on the Jets and turning it to the house. 2-score lead for the Big Reds. 8:53 to go in the third.
Makai Guy been the best offensive player for the Big Reds tonight, and they're getting it done on the ground once again. The middle of the offensive line between the center left guard there. His little seam opened up. That's all Makai Guy needed. He's able to slip through, then accelerate through the hole, right through the middle of the field between the hashes for a touchdown.
Ramos Velasquez will look to add the extra point with 8:53 to go in the third. Snap is down, right leg through the football, and a tumbler finds its way right down the hatch. 21-7 Big Reds, 8:53 to go in the third. A speedy run from Makai Guy puts Muskegon up 2 on their home turf. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Right leg through the football for Ramos Velasquez. Puts a near side tumbler inside the 10-yard line. Taken on the return here by Richardson. Made a man miss over the 25 down to the 26-yard line. Both teams coming up jawing, talking to each other. Richardson getting pulled out of the pile at the end of things as he wants a penalty marker down. Won't get it. And like we said, the chippiness of this game picking up, CT. 8:46 to go. We talked about the importance of the last drive. I'll set you up for the easiest question of the day. Mona Shores needs to find a score right here.
Yeah, for sure. I think you don't want to overstate drive early in the third quarter, relatively early in the third quarter, but it really feels like the Sailors need to find some points right here. Down 2 scores already. The way Muskegon's offense can play, if they get it going, we really need to find something.
Sailors start from the 25-yard line. 2 wide set, short shotgun for Jonathan Pittman. 8:46 to go in the third quarter. 21-7 Big Reds. District 10 championship game here in Division II. Only the second ever playoff meeting between these two rivals. Terpstra in motion, left to right. They give it to him. Turns the corner at the 40. Into the open field 50. 40-yard line. Right sideline 30. Defenders chasing him to the 20. Stiff arm inside the 15. Down to the 14-yard line. Terpstra on the end around. Big play, Mona Shores. And the Sailors flip the field and flip the script.
That's the play right there that the Sailors needed on first down. First play of the drive, they get the end around, big play down the field, tremendous block on the outside, seals the edge, so it doesn't allow the corner to come up and try to make that tackle. Instead, a big gain down the field. Now, immediately the Sailors in business.
Clock ticks under 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 21-7 Muskegon, but the Sailors have got it up to the 12-yard line on the tumble and the official mark on the forward progress. Long look to the sideline for Jonathan Pittman and company. His big sophomore tailback Stewart goes behind him. They go to the full house power unit here out of the pistol. 2 tight ends, full house backfield. Give to Stewart, right guard, stood up at the line of scrimmage. He was met by the safety DeCarrion Taylor in the hole, right back to where they started. Second down and 10 from the 12. Clock ticking down under 7:55 to go in the third quarter. 21-7 Big Reds.
Yeah, Stewart's been fighting all night long, trying to get as much yardage as he can, but it's been bottled up for the most part. 9 carries, 24 yards, just under 3 yards a carry.
Ball on the right hash. 2 wide receivers go left. Short shotgun. Pittman went to the hard count, looks to the sideline. Tailback to Marion Stewart. Offsets into his left hip. Couple of tight ends, one off either side of the line. And Muskegon showing a little bit of pressure here. 7.5 to go. And again, Mona Shores having some difficulties getting the call in from the sideline. Their junior moves the sophomore Stewart to his right hip. Snap to Pittman. Drop to pass. Throwing left. It's behind the intended target on the slant route. That was Carafel he was looking for. Unable to complete it. And that'll make it 3rd and 10 at the 12-yard line. 7:16 in the third.
Carafel running the slant route from the outside. Position on the left side of the field. Pittman looking that way and then was trying to hit him as he was going across the middle of the field, but the ball thrown behind him. Carafel unable to make the adjustment.
From the short shotgun again, 2 wide receivers to the left side. 7:16 to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 10 from the Muskegon 12-yard line for Mona Shores. They trail 21-7. New word from the sideline relayed in. Again, Stewart goes offset to the right hip of Pittman. Here's the snap to the junior. Drop to pass, throws left side. Incomplete through the hands of Carafel. Exact same slant route. Unable to complete the pass. It's 4th and 10 from the 12.
Yeah, almost the exact same design, the exact same look. They had it open again. The throw slightly behind again, and just looked like both receivers to that side a little upset. The timing, something just a little bit off there to the quarterback and receivers. Pittman delivering that a step or 2 behind Carafel.
This will be a 4th and 10 for Mona Shores from the Muskegon 12-yard line. They trail by 2 scores. 7:12 to go in the third. Snap to Pittman, throws. Deep left corner of the end zone. Jump ball. Caught. Carafel. Touchdown. Mona Shores. Unbelievable grab by the junior. Hauling it in. And the Sailors back within a score. What a pitch and catch.
4th down touchdown right there. They tried 3 straight times to get the ball to Carafel. Twice on the slant, couldn't connect. That time just throw the jump ball to him up in the back corner of the end zone. Let him go up and get it. Impressive catch to high point it, then fall and land in the end zone.
Now Ezra Carafel off the swinging gate in front of him will look to add the extra point with a left-footed kick right here. 7:06 to go in the third. Snap down, Pittman the hold, left-footed kick, low driver, twist through the uprights, good. 21-14. Sailors back within 7 off an unbelievable 4th and 10 pitch and catch. We'll be right back here from Hackley.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back to Hackley. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, downtown Muskegon, 21-14. Sailors get ready to send away after an unbelievable grab from Micah Carafel, Chandler, that have put Mona Shores right back into it. They keep taking these body blows, but they keep punching right back to stay in this ball game.
Yeah, every time that they've needed a big answer, they've been able to come up with something that's kept them within striking distance now, again, relying on the defense.
All right, sent away, right leg through the football for Baker, taken by a Muskegon up man past the 20 to the 30-yard line. This is Rankin with the ball past the 45, sidestepping a defender over the 45, spinning at the 40, angling right at the 35, and eventually twisted down to the 32-yard line from behind. Adrian Rankin twisting and snaking up the field, and it's plus field position for Muskegon, and a big flip of the field from the Big Reds.
Yeah, a couple of the coverage guys for the Mona Shores return unit there slipped going down the field, led to a wide open area for Rankin to find some room up the field, and just like that, now the Big Reds have their offense on the plus side of the field after that big return.
6:51 to go in the third quarter. 21-14 Muskegon, District 10 championship game here in Division 2 on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. Mackay Guy barking out the signals and setting up his unit. They go three wide set, wing off the left side. The big senior, Terrence Davis. Tailback to the left hip is Jacob Price. Four down front from the Sailors. They motion the wing across to the right. Delayed give faked. Read option keeper Guy cuts it up at the 25-yard line and gets stood up and twisted before he backs inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Solomon Robertson able to settle that play down after a gain of 9 yards on first down for the shifty senior Mackay Guy.
Yeah, they've been relying pretty heavily now in the second half. The two possessions, let Mackay Guy run the football. There on first down, picks up another 9, and the offense really clicking right now.
Under 6.5 to go. 2nd and 1 for Muskegon, up to the Mona Shores 23-yard line. From the short shotgun back to a three-wide set right here. Clapping a snap. Fake give to Price. Guy cuts it up, reverses field, has the 20, backing into a pile to the 18. He'll move the chains to that 18-yard line where he gets stood up. That play was blown up in the backfield, but he was able just to chop the feet for long enough to find something that opened up, and Mackay Guy turns his back over the 20 for the first down to the 18-yard line. We tick under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, 21-14 Big Reds.
Even right there, just a play that could easily be overlooked that, as you said, could have been brought down in the backfield, would have been a third down situation. Instead, Mackay Guy able to change direction, go back the complete opposite way, reverse the field, and pick up that first down.
Back three wide set right here once more. Delayed give is on to Price, breaking a tackle, angling left at the 15-yard line outside the numbers, where at the 15 he was shouldered down by Amari Hall-Brown. A late penalty marker is on the field, though. We'll have to wait and see what this call is going to be after that first down run from Price. Whoa, on the field, Trent Rosenthal had his helmet off. I think he's, Chandler, potentially a little shaken up because I think he was looking for part of his uniform, almost picked up the flag instead, and now running off the field. So you got Rosenthal without a helmet. He was running off the field, now being told to stay on as the officials are conferring about this late penalty marker that came on, and I think it all turns around whatever happened to Rosenthal.
Yeah, there it is.
Wow, it's on Rosenthal, who has already taken a couple of different unnecessary roughness and personal foul penalties in this football game. And it's a half the distance to the goal penalty. That's a huge loss for the Sailors, as Rosenthal right now has to find a way to keep his head as they're giving away some free yardage. There's still some discussion out there right now, though, between the officials and each of the teams right here. So we're still getting things sorted out a little bit. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. But it will be an unnecessary roughness penalty against Mona Shores. Once we can get this ball marked out, we can get things figured out on the field.
Yeah, there's been a lot of big hits both sides. It's all been clean hits down the field, whether that's been a hit laid by the carrier of the football or the defender, but it's been afterwards where the teams have kind of gotten into it, and there's been some pushing and shoving. That time, Damien Rosenthal crossed the line, and he was very confused as to whether he was going to be staying in the game or not as he had his helmet off. He was to the sideline. Coach Koziak was yelling at him to stay on the field. Now it's trying to find some substitutions out there, try to get the personnel once the football marked.
All right, ball is marked, and it is going to be a 1st and goal for Muskegon up to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal for the Big Reds. They lead 21-14, 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Guy looking to the sideline, getting ready to work out of a 4-wide set in the pistol. Now they motion Destin Piggee into the backfield. They go short split back shotgun right here. Piggee to the left hip, Price to the right hip of Guy. Hard count, look back to the sideline. 4 down front coming from Mona Shores on 1st and goal from the 7. Back in here, 3-wide set, split back, short shotgun. Snap, low to Guy, give to Destin Piggee. Turning the corner at the 5, lowering his head, twisting past the defender, into the end zone. Touchdown Muskegon. Big Reds back up a couple of scores.
7-yard line, able to get Piggee outside off the right tackle, able to stretch that one, and then at the right time turn it up the field. Gets in. The Big Reds now a couple scores in the third quarter, 2 for 2 so far.
We mentioned the last drive they were going to look to get Destin Piggee more involved, and they're able to get their terrific senior into the end zone, among one of the more efficient runners you're going to find. Snap is down and a high kick is on the way and good from Ramos Velasquez. Make it 28-14 Muskegon with 5:05 to go in the third quarter.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back to Hackley Stadium, downtown Muskegon. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. 5:05 to go in the third quarter. First TD run of the day for Destin Piggee. All three of the big trio of backs for Muskegon, Guy, Price, and Piggee have now scored. And CT, they've gone back up 2 scores, and now Mona Shores is going to have to find a way offensively to answer like they did on the last drive.
Yeah, able to get a big play right away that led to that touchdown drive. Going to need something similar to that. Terpstra with the end-around carry. We'll see if they get that involved once again.
Short kick taken in just shy of the 20-yard line and twisted up to the 29 by Amari Richardson, the senior, on the take back. 4:55 to go. Third quarter. Here comes Pittman and company for the Mona Shores offense, who have got to find a way to work efficiently and find a way down the field right here. The mark will be their own 33-yard line, tumbling on ahead. So from their own 33, they go single wide receiver, full house backfield pistol formation. Sorry, the mark will be the 28-yard line. 28-yard line for Mona Shores with 4:55 to go. In the third, they trail by a couple of scores. Pittman back into the full house pistol. Single wide receiver Johnson all the way out wide to the left numbers. Snap to Pittman, fake give, triple option, underhand pitch to the churning legs of Baker. Takes it outside the numbers past the 35-yard line. Wrestled out to the 36. That'll be 1 yard shy of the first down and a 2nd and 1 on a nice little triple option play.
Yeah, Baker scored a touchdown earlier there. Now just a carry of 8 yards that time as they run the option, only ran it a handful of times, but just a little variation to get some outside run in the playbook.
Same look, full house pistol right here. Ball on the left hash mark. They put a single wide receiver, Johnson, all the way out wide to the right side right here. Back off either hip and behind Pittman, who steps into the gun. It'll be 2nd and 2 officially to that 36-yard line. Up the middle, Stewart, stutter step, has the first down to the 39-yard line and is going to be able to move the chains. Good run there from the charging sophomore, Tamarion Stewart, who Again, he's been able to show off his size and his grinding ability in the run game a little bit, Chandler, but for the most part has been stymied in that power run game for Mona Shores. 4.5 to go, third quarter, 28-14 Big Reds. Mona Shores has got it up to their own 40-yard line. They will spread things out with a 3-wide set right here, and the tight end, Andrew Baker. Baker going off the right side of the line. Pittman from the pistol. Pistol back to Marion Stewart with his right hand in the dart. Snap to Pittman. On the end around, they give it on to Carafel. Double pass, thrown down the field. Caught Johnson 30. He's gone. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Mona Shores. Trick play. Pittman to Carafel to Johnson. Touchdown from 60 yards out for the Sailors. They're back down a score. Unbelievable.
Well, the Sailors just continue to find a way to keep themselves in the football game. This time the trick play, very similar to the one they went earlier in the game. It was covered down the field, but this time a bust-in coverage from the Big Reds secondary. As Johnson wide open down the field, Carafel able to float it to him, and then a long run down the field. But the Sailors offense answering once again.
Ezra Carafel looked to add the extra point with a left foot right here. Snap down, held by Pittman. Left foot through the football. Tumbler angles through the uprights, and good. 28-21 Muskegon over top of Mona Shores as the Sailors CT just continue to find a way to stay in this one. Every time they've taken a hit, they've found a way to give a hit right on back. And we thank Centennial Securities, by the way, and Farmers Insurance for their presenting sponsorship of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. But what a second half already in this thing. The scoring is picked up, and Mona Shores has done what they've needed offensively. They found unique ways to score in the passing game, and now here they are with a chance to put the defense out there and come up with a stop to get the ball back and have a chance to tie it once more.
Yeah, there's been a kind of a weird flow to this game where early on in the game, 21 points scored in the first quarter, then nothing in the second. Both teams kind of locked in, had some longer possessions, and nobody scored. Now, third quarter, already 28 points, a couple touchdowns from each team. We've still got 4 minutes in the third quarter.
All right, Sailors getting ready to kick it away, but they're having some issues getting their correct unit out on the field here before Baker gets ready to send this one on away. But, I mean, what a gutsy call. They go to the double pass right there, and Carafel, a good job, able to hit the wide open streaking Jagger Johnson on that one. So Carafel passing and a receiving touchdown. He's been very, very terrific in this one. Left to right across the radio dial. Baker gets ready to send it away. Muskegon kind of closing in the return unit. They're maybe thinking that there could be a pooch or an onside kick coming. Baker will squib it up the middle of the field, but a penalty marker comes down, and there's a violation on the Sailors on the kick, and that'll get 5 yards taken back away. They'll have to send it away now from the 35 and make that decision over whether or not to onside kick it that much harder. They went to the squibber that time. But now off that offside penalty, it'll go backwards even further to the 35 for this ensuing kickoff. 4:04 to go, third quarter, 28-21 Muskegon over Mona Shores here, Division II District 10 Championship. Just the second all-time meeting between these two teams in the playoff. Muskegon took the last one all the way back in 2015. All the way back in 2015. That was our senior year of high school, and I say that.
It feels like a long time ago.
It does feel like it was a long time ago, back in 2015, and Baker will get ready to send this one on away here for the Sailors. From his own 35, left to right across the radio dial, Baker, low squibber, hit a man in front, tumbles up to the 25-yard line where it's taken off a couple of muffed initial attempts by Rankin, and he'll push the pile ahead to just shy of the 35-yard line. There was a lot of contact. That ball got hit as it screamed through the initial line. There was some hitting back and forth and behind the play. Rankin had some difficulties. He's able to settle it down, and Muskegon will start from their own 33-yard line with 3:55 to go. And now it's kind of the same storyline from the last couple drives. Muskegon offense looking to not put it away, but go back up 2 scores, feel comfortable. But Mona Shores continues to hang around. 3-wide set for Mackay Guy and company. He works from the short shotgun, looking to the sideline off the hard count. Near side, couple of receivers, Brooks and Piggee. Far side receiver to Carion Taylor. Wing off the right side, Terrence Davis. The tailback is Jacob Price. 4 down front for Mona Shores. Piggee in motion left to right, they give it to him. Piggee turns it up to the 35-yard line. Strafing by a defender past the 40. Diving ahead to the 43-yard line. He'll move the chains right on the number. He essentially leapt from the 40 for 4 more yards to move the chains.
Yeah, Piggee in motion, going from left to right and hand him the football. It can be so difficult to try to seal that edge. with that much speed and then really never turning his shoulders. He really going to the right side there, can turn it up at any point, so you have to go all the way to the sideline, respect his ability to stretch that play all the way out.
In the other D2 region, Caledonia was up 21-7. They have blown that lead. They now trail 25-21 to Byron Center. From the gun, Guy put Piggee in motion, fakes it to him. Mackay Guy, keeper, 50-yard line, breaking a tackle at the 45-40 and twisted down to the 36-yard line. Mackay Guy moves the change, another hard charging run. Jagger Johnson on the tackle, and a first down run from Guy. The Muskegon offense unstoppable, CT, outside of the one interception that they threw in that first half.
Yeah, finding the right balance, getting their playmakers involved, but it's been a lot of Mackay Guy. Now 160 rushing yards plus on the ground. Here, a couple big plays now, that one going for 20.
Clock ticks under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the Mona Shores 37-yard line. 4 wide set. From the short shotgun, the tailback, Jacob Price, motions from the right to the left hip, clapping a snap, give to Price, trying to angle over right guard, shut down at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go. Chase Thalman engulfing him for a loss of a yard, back to the 38-yard line, 2nd and 11 for the Big Reds.
Yeah, Price just trying to search as he was working his way to the right side, had his hand on the back of his right tackle, trying to find some room, but never able to get the feet moving, wrapped up for a loss. Now this is the Sailors' chance after you stop him for a no gain or a loss on first down.
2:20 to go, third quarter, 2nd and 11. From the gun, Guy looking back to the sideline. 4 wide set. Muskegon bringing 3 down linemen and a standing edge rusher right here, changing up their defensive front a little bit. New call from the sideline is relayed. 2nd and 11, Mona Shores 38-yard line. Snap to Mackay Guy at the waist. Delayed give taken out of the chest of Jacob Price. Guy keeps it over the right side of the line, lowers his shoulder past the 35, dives down to the 31-yard line, and makes it 3rd and manageable.
Another strong finish to that run. And impressed with Mackay Guy's power as well. I mean, I think his ability to make guys miss in the open field has been pretty well stated, but the way that he's ran over a couple guys in the second level has been impressive.
Under 90 seconds to go, clock ticking down in the third quarter. 28-21, Guy out of the pistol, 2 wide set right here. Give to Price is faked. Read option keeper. Guy cuts it up, turns the back, 1 yard short of the first down marker. He's brought down to the 28-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 1 inside of the defense, collapsing to make the stop, including Jamari Taylor, the junior. 4th and 1 from the 28.
Guy trying to fight for it for that last yard, but looks like going to be just about a full yard short. We'll see how aggressive the Sailors want to get.
They go 3 wide set out of the short shotgun. 4th and 1. Under a minute to go in the third quarter here for the Big Reds, leading by a score. 2 receivers left, 1 man right with the ball on the right hash mark. Tailback is Jacob Price staying in. Long look to the sideline here for Mackay Guy, getting the message in from Coach Fairfield and company. Mona Shores bringing a 4 down front. Muskegon going to call a timeout and talk about it a little bit. We'll talk about it a little bit as well and stick with you right here. 31 seconds to go. CT will welcome you inside Hackley Stadium. 28-21. Muskegon the lead, 31 seconds to go, 4th and 1. I mean, don't want to, again, overstate a third down moment like we've said a couple of times, but this certainly feels like the kind of moment that could determine this football game in a lot of ways.
Definitely. I think all game long we've been talking about the Sailors' defense needing a stop. They got the interception earlier. Now is another chance for them to try to get off the field and gain a possession for their offense. They've been chasing that one here so far in the second half and really for much of the game. So they're able to come away with a stand here on 4th and very short. Get their offense back on the field. They're feeling pretty good.
Again, it's 31 seconds on the clock here. This is a very, very big moment. Muskegon was showing a 3 wide receiver set last time. We'll see what they decide to go with right here on 4th and 1 from the Mona Shores 28-yard line. Big Reds lead by a score. 31 seconds to go in the third. They need a yard. They will go out of a 2 wide set. Both receivers, they will go 3 wide set right here with 2 left. Single tight end off the left side of the line. Tailback is Price. Short shotgun. Snap to Guy. Power keeper up the middle. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Leveling blow from Thalman. He's short. Mona Shores football with 29 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. We'll wait for the measurement. Mona Shores certainly came up celebrating. Now, will get the ball placed. It's a first down. A late placement of the football will move the chains for the Big Reds.
Yeah, very close there.
Wow.
As Mackay just right off the snap lowers the shoulder, tries to run forward. I think the initial momentum in forward progress is what got him the spot. He got hit late and drove back, and I think that's where the Sailors defense started celebrating, thinking they had knocked him back, but he had extended the football forward just enough to get the first down.
All right, Muskegon going to let the clock run down on the third quarter. They've got a fresh set of downs from the Mona Shores 27, and they lead it by a score. Thrilling fourth quarter coming up here on game night. Do not go anywhere.
Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Welcome back. Final quarter from Hackley Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you from game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Fresh 12 minutes. Someone's season in this Lakeshore rivalry is about to end, CT. Mona Shores trailing Muskegon with the football, up a touchdown, and driving here inside the 30 to the Mona Shores 27-yard line. They start with a fresh set of downs. 4 wide set from the short shotgun snap to Guy. Delayed give to Price around the right side, jumping past a defender and twisting his way down to the 21-yard line where Thalman makes the stop after a gain of about 6 or 7 on first down. It'll be 7 officially, 20-yard line the mark. 11:40 and less to go in the ball game.
Ball is spotted at the 20-yard line.
3 wide receiver set, 2nd and 3. Guy, short shotgun. 4 down front coming from Mona Shores. Claps, goes to the hard count, goes back and looks to the sideline here. Wearing number 3, home all red uniforms tonight for Guy and the Big Reds. Relays the new message to his line and gets set. Wing off the left side, tailback to the left hip is Jakob Price. Coach Fairfield did not like how that was setting up. He was sprinting from 25 yards away to call the timeout. He gets the timeout, and we will take one as well.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
All right, welcome back to Hackley. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here in downtown Muskegon. 28-21, 2nd and 3 coming up for the Big Reds. They lead with 11:09 to go in the fourth quarter, and they have it up to the red zone at the 20-yard line right here from Mackay Guy and company. Guy has been terrific in this game, nearly 200 yards rushing and a couple of touchdowns to go along with it for the senior, who certainly right now is leading our Rainbow Grill Player of the Game award. They go out of the 3 wide set right here in motion across the line. Destin Piggee, they give it to him on the end around left, sweeping past the defender inside the 15, tackled down to the 14 to the 13-yard line by Carafel. That'll move the chains for the speedy Destin Piggee around the end.
Yeah, starting to get Piggee involved more. He's been had a lot more touches now in the second half. Again on the end around, this one going to the left side, turns it upfield, picks up another first down, and the Sailors, after nearly getting off the field on a 4th and less than a yard, now have to try to regroup inside the red zone, find a way to tough up
Inside 10:44 to go. Clock running down in the fourth quarter. 28-21 Big Reds. 1st and 10 from the Sailor 16-yard line. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Guy lowered the head. Got blown up and dives down to the 11-yard line. Or sorry, inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line right here. Carafell on the tackle. Maybe a gain of 6. Mark will be the 8-yard line on the dive. 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4 for Muskegon. 10-12 and less to go. Clock ticking down in the fourth. They lead at 28-21. Looking to go back up 2 scores. 2 wide set. 3 wide set, I should say. With the man on the right, Piggee. Guy fakes a give. Driving inside the 3. Got his leg taken out by Carafell. Diving for the end zone. He's just short down to the 1-yard line. It will be 1st and goal from the 1 for the Big Reds as they look to plunge it in for a 2-score lead inside 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, last couple plays, Guy showing he's willing to put his body on the line. Is the previous play when he carried the football, lowering the shoulder, running and jumping into a man, and that time again right near the goal line, fighting for every inch.
Official timeout right here is a little slow to get up, and now going back down is Trent Rosenthal. He will get stretched out a little bit right here. It has been an eventful second half for Trent Rosenthal. His game on the whole, to say the least. A couple of personal foul penalties. He's been in on a lot of the big stops, and he has been the true heartbeat, both good and bad, of this Mona Shores defense out there today. He's made a lot of the plays happen, but a couple of penalties as well that have hurt this team.
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely, bringing some of that motivation for the defense and laying some of the hits, setting the tone for his squad, but also going and crossing the line a couple times, picking up some penalties that have really helped the Big Reds move the football down the field, that I'm sure Coach Koziak wants that cleaned up.
All right, 9:56 to go. Both teams coming back out. 9:56 to go in the ball game. 1st and goal for Muskegon from the 1-yard line. 28-21, the Big Reds break it out right here as Mackay Guy and company will go to work. Bring the power unit in. 3 wide set, big line in front, tight end off the left side of the line. They'll run it left, big hole, Mackay Guy, keeper, angles into the end zone. Touchdown, Muskegon. A trio of touchdowns for number 3 and a 2-score lead for the Big Reds.
Quarterback power to the left side from 1 yard out. Mackay Guy able to find some room, goes into the end zone untouched. Now the Big Reds again remain perfect in the second half, scoring on their possessions.
All right, Ramos Velasquez will add the big extra point to make it a 14-point advantage for the Big Reds. Snap is down, kick is up, nearly blocked, but it'll tumble down the middle through the uprights. Good. 35-21 Muskegon over Mona Shores. 9.5 to go. We will be right back.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
Welcome back to Muskegon. 2-score lead for the Big Reds. Ramos Velasquez will send away a high twister, taken inside the 10, outside the numbers by a charging Hayden Terpstra. He's got it up to the 22-yard line into a pile where some pushing and shoving at the end will ensue as they jaw at each other. A little bit more after that play had ended. Marquise Hendricks came up out of that pile talking to Terpstra after the return quite a bit, but it'll be a start at their own 23-yard line on the mark here for Mona Shores. They trail by 2 scores. Chandler, we said this a couple times. Check that 24-yard line to be the mark, but they've just found a way to score when they've needed to all second half long to try to keep pace. They're back down 2 scores with 9:23 to go. 2 wide set, short pistol for Pittman. Tailback is Tamarion Stewart. To his left tip. Tight end off the left side of the line, Andrew Baker. Couple of receivers to the right. Muskegon brings a 4 down front. They show some pressure off the edge as well. From the pistol. Snap. Throw on a screen right to Terpstra. Caught at the 21. Sidesteps a defender. Jumps over a defender. Over the 25. Down to the 28-yard line out of bounds. Quite the play by Terpstra. Sidestepping one man on a blow-up hit stick move. And then able to jump over another to move the ball on ahead for about 4 on first down.
Impressive from Terpstra to be able to keep his feet there. Immediately as he catches that ball out in the flat and tries to look upfield, he's getting hit, but able to keep his feet and then fight forward and turn that into a positive gain.
2nd down and 5 right here from their own 29-yard line for the Sailors. 8:45 to go, 4th quarter. 35-21 Muskegon. Long look to the sideline from Pittman and company right here. Muskegon brings a 4 down front. 2 wide receivers left side. Low snap, fake give. Pittman drop to pass, has time, throws left, caught 38-yard line by Terpstra. He'll turn it up to the 39 and move the chains on the throw to the left numbers. Good throw in rhythm. 8.5 to go and a chain mover from the Sailors.
Now you're starting to see the Sailors recognizing the situation with just 8.5 minutes left to go, having to air the football out a little bit more. Back-to-back completed passes now as they're trying to get a drive down the field.
Talked about it back in our Centennial Securities pregame show. Their ability to throw the ball, especially in this moment, maybe being down, was going to be a big X factor for them. We have seen that right now. They will stick out of a 2 wide set from the pistol. 8 minutes to go. Pittman motioning Terpstra and then motioning Johnson to the right side of the line, having some issues getting the call in. Going to the short shotgun, 7:52 to go. Terpstra in motion, given to him on the end around. Breaking 1 tackle and then twisted down by DeCarrion Taylor at the 40 after a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, a lot of moving bodies around before the snap there as they flip the formation that they had, bring their 2 receivers to the right side, move Stewart over to the left, and then at the last second, bring Terpstra in motion, trying to get him going to the short side of the field. And not a lot of room for him to work as it was between the hashes.
7:20 and less to go. Clock running down. 35-21 Muskegon. The Sailors break it out. 3 wide receivers set from the pistol. Snap to Pittman. Throws it deep. Right side. Caught by Terpstra at the 40. And he's tackled down in enemy territory by Keon Drummer. That was an interesting way they set that play up because they ran the man in from the sideline, Terpstra. There was no one out there covering him to the right. There was some late call from Muskegon trying to get things set, but they're able to leave Terpstra wide open for long enough to get it up to the Muskegon 40-yard line.
Yeah, at the last second, you could see the sideline trying to holler and point out to Drummer that there was a man to that side of the field, and Terpstra was running onto the field, but late to get there, and immediately the throw quick out from Pittman there as he had a lot of room.
3 wide receivers, short shotgun. 1st and 10 with 6:50 to go. Into plus territory. Snap to Pittman. Drop to pass. Pocket collapsing. He'll tuck it. He'll run over the 40 and slides down to the 36-yard line with DeCario's speech. Tracking him down. Gain of about 3 on 1st down. 2nd down. Clock is the most operative thing that Mona Shores is working against. 6.5 to go and a 35-21 ball game.
Pittman didn't like what he saw down the field. Was pumping. Looked like he was trying to buy some time in the pocket down the field and didn't see anything and just tucks it, picks up 4 yards.
Under 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go. 2-score lead for the Big Reds. 2nd and 6 for Mona Shores from the Muskegon 36-yard line. Snapping the gun to Pittman. Standing in the pocket. Rolling right as it collapsed. Throwing on the run for the end zone. Jump ball broken up. Penalty marker is coming up against Keon Drummer for the defensive pass interference. Home side doesn't like it. Intended target down the field was Hayden Terpstra. And that will move the ball on ahead on the DPI call in the end zone.
Now Pittman deciding to take a shot down the field as he was rolling out to the right. Saw Terpstra streaking down the field and just decided to heave it. Threw the ball down into the end zone, and then Drummer trying to make a play on the football. Looked like he had grabbed part of the shoulder of Terpstra, turned him around just enough to draw the penalty flag.
Home crowd certainly does not like the call, but it'll move the chains inside the 25-yard line. Up to the 21. First and 10, 21-yard line. 6:02 to go. Clock stop, fourth quarter. They go back to the full house pistol right here. Single wide receiver Jagger Johnson all the way outside to the right. Tight end off the left side of the line is Trent Rosenthal. 3 down front with a standing edge rusher for Muskegon. Pittman throws on the slant, caught 10-yard line. Johnson blown up and twisted down by Speech and Company to the 9. That will move the chains for the Sailors. 5:55 to go, fourth quarter.
First down. Gain of 13 on that play.
Clock running inside, 5:50 to go. First and goal, 9-yard line. Same formation, this time with Johnson out wide to the right. Pittman give on the end around to Baker, nowhere to go, and twisted up and cut down back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal from the 9. 5.5 to go. Clock running down fourth quarter. A lot of jawing at the end of that play. Rankin and Rosenthal, who else were in the middle of that one? Those two have been going at it all night long. It'll actually be a loss of 1 on the mark. Back to the 10-yard line. Second and goal from the 10 for the Sailors. 5:12 and less to go, fourth quarter. 35-21 Muskegon. 2 wide receiver set, short shotgun. Snap to Pittman is delayed off the fake clap, trying to go to the hard count. Now he'll look to the sideline as Muskegon shifts up their defensive line. Clock is running on down. Tick, tick, tick. Under 4:50 to go, fourth quarter. From the short gun, 2 wide receivers right. Man in motion, right to left. It's given to him. That's Terpstra. Big hole, 5-yard line. Jumping into the end zone. Touchdown, Mona Shores. Sailors back within a score.
For the Mona Shores touchdown.
Mona Shores offense once again finding their way down the field. Terpstra end around. That's been really effective for the Sailors on the night. Terpstra with 5 carries, 117 yards. Had a couple big runs. Another big one there inside the red zone, 10 yards out, gets him in the end zone.
Sailors bring together their swinging gait, and we'll get ready for Carafel to try to add the extra point here. Left foot through the football, tumbler sneaks inside the left upright, good. 35-28, Mona Shores back within a score, 4:43 to go. We'll be right back.
Can you identify your number 1 personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Of the game.
Welcome back to Hackley Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. 4:43 to go. The Sailors have struck again. Terpstra on the end around give on second and goal, finds the end zone. And now right to left, here comes Baker and Company, and an interesting decision on whether or not we see the onside kick right here, CT.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Big Reds have been expecting it now for the last couple times. Looks like once again they're going to bring a lot of the return men up and expecting potentially an onside or a pooch kick.
Everyone north of the 40-yard line except for Destin Piggee, who backs down to the 20. Everyone aligns for Mona Shores, straight out in a normal formation. Baker strides ahead, right leg through the football, a low twister, a penalty marker down, another offsides on a violation there on the kickoff from Mona Shores, and that'll take it back to the 35 after they have now once already telegraphed that they were going to send it away and trust their defense, it would appear.
Yeah, third offside we've had on the kicking team so far, twice on the Sailors, once on the Big Reds, but yeah, now again, now you back yourselves up, so if you don't get the onside kick, you've lost that much more extra yardage on the field position, so I'd have to imagine likely kicking away here. I can't imagine you change your mind now and go to the onside.
Muskegon's still anticipating the onside kick. They've got Piggee back to the 26-yard line as the deep man. Everyone else is between the 45-yard lines here. Ball on the tee, right to left at the 35-yard line as Andrew Baker gets ready to send this one on away for Mona Shores. 4:43 to go, one-score game. Baker, right leg through the football. It's a low dribbler right up the middle of the field. Goes through the legs of Piggee. He's forced to chase it down inside the 10-yard line. He'll race right at the 10, twisting his way on ahead. He got the 12 out of bounds. Tackled by a pair of Sailors. A little bit of hand fighting after the play. Destin Piggee rolling right through the legs up the middle of the field and nearly turning into a disaster, and it does back Muskegon inside their own 15-yard line to start.
Yeah, it looked like Piggee just took his eyes off the football, maybe looking up the field, trying to see what was out in front of him. It's something that happens in baseball quite a bit. As someone who used to play baseball, that can happen. You take your eye off the ball, don't watch it into the chest, and right there, Piggee between the legs and ends up setting the Big Reds back now. Not great starting field position, and the Sailors defense, they're going to have a chance. It's going to be right here.
Mark will be the 14-yard line. Full house backfield this time with a split back set for the Big Reds. Wing off the left side of the line, split back. Jakob Price, Destin Piggee alongside Guy. Give on to Piggee. Around the left side of the line, got the 15-yard line, got blown up to the 16 to the 17. Moving his way on ahead by Baker and company for a gain of 3 on first down. Clock ticks under 4:20 in the fourth quarter. It's 2nd and 8 from the 16-yard line on the mark. Big Reds looking to the sideline. Now they are trying to take all the time that they can off the clock right here. A 2nd and 8 from their own 16-yard line. Under 4 minutes to go. Now we click under 4. Back to the short gun. 4 wide receivers set. 4 down front coming from Mona Shores. Delayed give is given on to Price. He'll angle outside the numbers to the 20. Twisted down on the 21-yard line. 3rd down and short coming up for the Big Reds here. 3:46 to go, but on the out of bounds, the clock will momentarily stop right here. Carafell on the tackle. 21-yard line, the mark. 3rd down and 3 for the Big Reds. 3rd and 3. 35-28 Muskegon. Here is the Sailors' chance to get off the field defensively. They have 1 interception. That is the only time to be able to stop the Big Red attack. Muskegon spreads them 3 wide. Snap to Guy. He'll run it straight to the right side. Turns it up at the 25. Tumbling on ahead. He's got the first down to the 28-yard line. Able to do just enough on what at first looked like a blown-up play, and it moves the chains again. They trust Mackay Guy to get it done, and he does so.
Yeah, who else but Mackay Guy? Quarterback power, straight to the right side. Runs that way, allows the defense to pursue, and they really over-pursue going that way, and then cuts it back up to the middle of the field. Picks up the first down.
Mona Shores does have all 3 of their second half timeouts remaining. The clock runs under 3:20 to go. 35-28. Snap to Guy, delayed give to Price. Shimmies up the right side, bursting over the 35. He's got the 40, and he angles out of bounds into his sideline to the 45-yard line. Chased out of bounds by Kruger and company. A tough chain mover from Jakob Price. Clock will stop with 3:08 off a gain of 17 to the 45.
Yeah, one thing the Sailors would take there is going out of bounds, going to stop the clock, not allow the Big Reds to really run it down, and can save one of their timeouts even though they gave up the long run there.
Big Red 1st and 10 from their own 45. 3 minutes to go. Clock is stopped. Mona Shores brings a 4 down front right here. Muskegon going to a 3 wide receiver set. Tight end, wing off the left side of the line is Terrence Davis. Long look to the sideline, and the message relayed to Mackay Guy here. 3:08 to go. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Snap to Guy. Give to Price. Right up the middle. Nowhere to go. Twisted and dives ahead for a couple of yards. Tackle made by Solomon Robinson at the line of scrimmage along with Trent Rosenthal. 2nd down. Mona Shores will call their first of the 3 timeouts they have remaining with 2:59 to go. We'll stay with you, and we'll even bring you inside Hackley Stadium. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. All right, CT. Mona Shores, they had a 3rd down. They had their chance for 1 stop. Now 2nd and 8. I mean, this team just really refusing to give up. They've been down 2 scores on 3 different occasions. They keep fighting back. They keep giving themselves a chance.
Yeah, they're not quitting. They're definitely putting up a fight here, if nothing else. And right now, had a couple chances. Now there's one more here. They've got a couple timeouts, electing to take one right now and stop the clock. So it's really going to come down to this set of downs right now, and able to stop them for a short gain on first down. And have to imagine they're going to be crashing pretty hard, expecting the run game. It comes down to the Big Reds. Are they going to trust their run game that's been so effective, racking up the yardage here tonight, or do they get aggressive and try to beat it over the top? They haven't used their pass game a whole lot, but they might have some openings down the field if they want to go that route.
You can only think back, though, to the end of that first half, and Mona Shores from the 1-yard line being unable to run that 4th down play, being unable to punch it into the way that this second half of play has gone. They've managed their timeouts better, though, now in the second half so far. They have 2 remaining. 3 minutes, 3 seconds to go. 2nd and 8 for Muskegon. Out of the pistol, give to Price. Faked, option keeper, over the 50, down to the 47-yard line around left end for Guy before he was stopped up by Andrew Baker. It'll be 3rd down and 2. And Mona Shores will call their 2nd timeout again, thanks to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance for their presenting sponsorship of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and the MGN Road to Ford Field. Make sure you check out that shop merch tab on the Michigan Game Night and Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio pages to check out some more MGN merch and follow us across social media at MI Game Night. We're on X, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all there. If this is your first time from the Muskegon area, tuning in here to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. 2:55 to go. 35-28, Muskegon the lead and the football. They've got it 3rd and 2 up to the Mona Shores 47-yard line. Big Reds go 3 wide. Tight end Davis off the left side of the line. Pistol back, Jakob Price. Guy straddling into the pistol. 4 down front for Mona Shores is going to be on its way once this ball gets put in play. 2:55 to go. 1 timeout remaining for either team, and a 1 touchdown lead for the Big Reds, just in enemy territory. 3rd and 2 play. 3 wide receiver, pistol set. Price with his right fist in the ground. Snap to Guy, give to Price. Faked, Guy, keeper, spinning past the 1st down, over the 40, down to the 35-yard line. Chain mover, tackle made by Solomon Robertson, but it'll move the chains once more. Mackay Guy left it in Price's chest for just long enough before he pulls it, moves the chains for the Big Reds up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to make things much more difficult now for the Sailors after that 3rd down conversion. Who else but Mackay Guy once again, trusting him, able to go right through the middle of the field. Gets 12 yards.
1st and 10 from the Mona Shores 35-yard line. 2.5 minutes to go. Clock running on down. Mona Shores did not use their final timeout after that last keeper from Guy. Long look to the sideline as Muskegon's letting the clock tick on down. New message to Guy. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Coach Fairfield forced to use a timeout. He tosses the headset aside, unhappy with his senior quarterback and his unit right there after they have to burn their final timeout of the ball game. 2:19 to go. 35-28. And a clock stopper there from the Big Reds. All right, CT. And again, now this is 2 chances where there was a 3rd down. Mona Shores had their chance, and now it's turning way more into a situation of a unlikely stop followed up by maybe 1 chance to heave down the field, or especially maybe looking for a turnover force to get you your best opportunity.
Yeah, the odds are against him at this point, but still, Big Red's going to run some plays offensively. Got a chance to try to punch the ball free, make something happen, use your timeout, and see what you got left. But it's been a story of conversions for the Big Reds when they needed them. A couple 4th down and inches, 3rd down conversions right there on this drive that have kept their drives alive, and the Sailors unable to get off the field defensively.
All right, it's been a fun one. 1st and 10 for Muskegon with 2 minutes, 19 seconds to go. They're up to the Mona Shores 35-yard line. 3 wide set. The Sailors bring 3 down linemen and a standing edge rusher, Thalman. Delayed give to Price over the left side, breaking at the 30, to the 20, 15-yard line, 10, explosive speed, 5, touchdown, Jakob Price, 35-yarder to ice it. Muskegon by 2 scores, and the Big Reds are ready to win another district championship.
Price now over 100 yards on that carry, that one going for 35. Off left tackle, able to turn it upfield, outrun the second level and the last level of defense for the Sailors.
41-28, and Ramos Velasquez will look to add one more extra point. Been perfect so far. Snap down, right leg through the football. Got another one. He's 6 for 6. It's 42-28 Muskegon. The Big Reds back up 2 scores, and it looks like it's another district championship en route for the city of Muskegon and this Big Reds football team. We'll be right back.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back to Hackley Stadium. 2:10 to go. Jacob Price has just about put this one on ice for the Big Reds. 2:10 to go and a 2-score lead for Muskegon. Left to right, Ramos Velasquez will get ready to send it away. Short legs this one, and high Pooch kicks it down to the 20-yard line. Terpstra takes it over the 30, strafes by a defender and drives up to the 35-yard line where there's a bit of more pushing and shoving at the end of that sequence, and here comes the Sailor offense. 2:01 to go, down 2 scores, and they need something quick. I will say, though, allowing the score, if they're able to get a quick miracle score, it almost put them in a better position than the way that Muskegon was driving down the clock to some extent.
Yeah, it almost looked like towards the end of that run, they might have let up just a little bit and allowed Price to score. Price had a large game before that already, but I think giving themselves a chance now offensively. That's been under pressure for most of the second half, but they've responded, been able to come up with a bunch of scoring drives. It's not been the problem on offense.
2:01 to go. Ball on the left hash mark, own 35-yard line for the Sailors. 1 tight end off either side of the line. 2 receivers go to the right. Muskegon brings it 4 down front. Chest high snap, drop to pass here for Pittman. He'll clutch, he'll fire over the middle. Leaping grab made at the 48-yard line by Jagger Johnson. That'll move the chains, and the Sailors will go no huddle with 1:55 to go. They have 1 timeout remaining, up to their own 48-yard line right here. 1:50 and less to go. Clock is coming in, or call is coming in from the sideline. Pittman relays the message, steps into the short shotgun. 1 receiver out wide to either side. They bring Terpstra in motion, fake it, dropping to pass. Pittman throwing, and it's out of bounds as at the 40-yard line, his intended target, Jagger Johnson, slipped down, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. The clock stops with 1:34.
You're trying to run the comeback route out to the right side. Johnson got a little ways past the 1st down marker as he was trying to change, come back towards the line of scrimmage. Ended up slipping, and then that football thrown to where the receiver should have been.
94 seconds to go. Mona Shores down 2 scores from their own 48-yard line. 2nd and 10 right here. 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field, driving right to left. Jonathan Pittman will step into the gun. He's got 1 passing touchdown, 1 interception in this contest so far. Snap to the junior, fake give, drop to pass, has a little bit of time, throwing over the middle, looking for Baker. He gets hit hard from both sides at the 25-yard line. He's down and now slowly getting back to his feet. Incomplete hit from either side. Rankin and company level him. 3rd and 10 at their own 48 for the Sailors. 1:28 to go.
Really tight window for Pittman to try to squeeze that one in down the seam, but got it there. Kind of in a pretty good spot, except for the hit delivered from both defenders, and the Big Reds didn't allow Baker a chance to try to secure that one.
Long look to the sideline from Pittman, getting the call in. 1 wide receiver out wide, either side, 2 tight ends. 3rd and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Fake handoff, Pittman drop to pass, firing deep, right sideline, 15-yard line. Johnson underthrown, incomplete, 4th and 10. Into double coverage, incomplete, and a 4th down for the Sailors, and 1 last chance to try to begin to save their season, down 2 scores in the minute 20.
Yeah, last couple throws have been into really tight coverage. That one double covered, as you mentioned. really just trying to heave it up there and try to have something good happen down the field, whether that's allowing your receiver to try to make a play on the football or potentially a pass interference, but unable to connect and haven't had much contact down the field. So going to have one more go here at 4th down.
All right, 4th down. 2 wide receivers right out of the gun. They bring a man in motion, fake it to him. Pittman dropped a pass, throwing right side, overthrown, incomplete, looking for Carafel. Turnover on downs, Muskegon football, and the Big Reds are going to stay unbeaten against the Sailors, all-time in playoff history, and they are going to get ready to win another district championship. Of course, last year Muskegon going all the way to Ford Field, lost to Martin Luther King in D3 in that one. And this is a senior-led team that is grinding their way. They've been getting better throughout the season after a couple of tough losses to some really good teams, including a De La Salle team they're probably going to see late in the season. A pitch right side to Destin Piggee. Outside the numbers, lowers the head past the 45, down to the 44. As he's wrestled out of bounds, they'll even give him the 43, pushing and shoving, late penalty marker down. They continue to fight and scratch at the end of this one as well, as the emotions are running high at the end of this ball game.
Yeah, a bit surprised that the Big Reds didn't just kneel the football there and go to victory formation and end the football game. I think
that fan agreed.
The Sailors not taking too kindly to the Big Reds still running some plays offensively.
1:12 to go. Clock stops as it went out of bounds right there, 42-28. So, again, it's the winner of Heritage and Dow that Muskegon will be hosting here back at Hackley Stadium for a regional championship next time out. The winningest program in the history of Michigan high school football, adding to that just a little bit more here in 2023 for head coach Shane Fairfield. Still waiting to see what this penalty is. I think it's going to be against Muskegon, and it's going to be against Carrion Taylor. He is arguing his case right now with the official at the 50-yard line. All right, so penalty is on Muskegon. This brings it back to around midfield. 1:12 to go, 2-score lead. Big Reds with the football and getting ready to take us down to the end of this one. They just got to snap it twice more, assuming that Mona Shores won't be using any of their timeouts. This a little bit more of a traditional pistol veer formation right here out of the ski gun with the tailback Price with his right hand in the dirt, wings off either side right here. 1:12 to go. Snap to Guy. They'll give it up the middle, fake to Price. Option keeper Guy twisting, driving a pile that both sides gather into at the 45-yard line, and the pile pushes down to the 42-yard line. Muskegon trying to send a little bit of a message at the end, but you got to be careful with kind of the back and forth fighting nature of the end of this ball game. Both of these teams got to be careful, especially Muskegon, not get anyone hurt, because this is coming down to the very end. 45 seconds to go, and neither team giving up the fight right now with a 2-score Muskegon lead.
No, things have been heated for a while, and can only imagine this is adding to it. Tension's very high between the two teams. Of course, the Sailors know their season's coming to an end and not taking so well to Muskegon still running the ball.
Final 30 seconds, and this should be the final play of the ball game. 3 wide set, short shotgun on 3rd and 4 from the 42-yard line. Guy will run it left side. Now he'll reverse course back to the 50, twisted down by the legs by Solomon Robertson to the 50. Final 12 seconds now. We'll run off the clock, and we'll see the end. Crowd comes to their feet. Crowd comes to a frenzy. It's a season sweep for the Big Reds over their Lakeshore rival, and it's back-to-back district championships for Muskegon. They're D2 district champions this time as their road to Ford Field continues. 42-28, Muskegon over Mona Shores.
Team that's got so much history, so much success, looking like they're on another run here. Last year after making it to the championship final and then losing, I think they've got revenge on their mind. Handling business here at home against their rival in the playoffs. Mona Shores putting up a fight all the way till the end. Kept the game close, but the Big Reds too much.
Absolutely. All right, we have got a lot to get to. Welcome inside, by the way. Hackley Stadium, Nate Chandler here, 42-28 the final. Back-to-back district championships for a Muskegon team that, of course, have stacked them in recent years. Have to come back up into Division II this year, but that has not stopped them to get the rivalry win. And this one, we've got a lot to get to here on our Centennial Securities post-game show, so do not go anywhere. We'll have some stats, we'll have some awards, and much more. Muskegon over Mona Shores, 42-28. We'll be right back.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Revolution Rehab offers a personalized approach to physical therapy and health. Dr. Tyler started a private pay practice, allowing him to provide a level of care that you deserve. His goal is to recognize the root cause of the problem and restore the body's natural function. He uses physical therapy as a tool to inspire others to live a healthy and meaningful life. With 2 locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, he can help you get back into the game. Check him out at therevolutionrehab.com.
Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller. 167 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
High School. Accepting the championship trophy is head coach Shane Fairfield.
All right, trophy presentation on its way. Big Red's having a little bit of fun with it. 42-28, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. This is our Centennial Securities post-game show. Boy, we had a lot going on in the second half. We went into the half in a 14-7 game, but we had a lot of scoring. Let's quickly go through it. Third quarter, Mackay Guy had a 27-yard touchdown run. Pittman found Carafel on a tough throw and tough grab from 12 yards out. Piggee had a 7-yard touchdown run for Muskegon. Then, double pass, Carafel found Johnson from 60 yards out, streaking down the field. Our final score of the third quarter for Mona Shores, 28-21 at that point. 3 scores in the final quarter, 2 of them going to Muskegon, the first to Mackay Guy. Then Terpstra had a 10-yard run for Mona Shores to make it 35-28, and Jacob Price from 35 yards out put it on ice. Chandler, some stats, please.
All right, for the Sailors, on the ground, Carafel had a couple carries for a yard. Terpstra had 5 carries for 117. Stewart, 28 yards. Baker, 18. Pittman with 20. Hill with 2 through the air. Pittman, 116 yards. Carafel with 60 yards on that trick play that you had mentioned. Connecting with Johnson, Terpstra had 33 yards. Baker, 25. Johnson, 117. And Carafel with 12 for the Big Reds. Mackay Guy had 1 completion for 12 yards and then led the way for the Big Reds on the ground. He had 25 carries for 214 yards. Also on the ground, Piggee with 39. Price, 113. And Rankin with 1 carry for no gain. Davis did have the 1 reception for 12 yards.
All right. We are going to quick take one more break here on the Centennial Securities post-game show. When we return, we'll have some awards. We'll wrap it up. We also, by the way, are going to wrap up the Grandville Bulldogs season. Looks like they are closing things down, so we'll say a quick message. And, of course, if you tune into this game, middle of next week, we'll have our kind of final edition of this season as we're through District Championship Week of our Tailgate Report video podcast. That's on our YouTube page, so we'll wrap this game and much more up as well. Right back here from Hackley.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Identify your number 1 personal trait, the thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FIN.
Hey everyone, Nate Dreyer from MGN, and MGN merch now available for purchase, and we have got a ton of options. Here's where you find the new MGN shop. Go to MichiganGameNight.com. Many of you have probably been there before. Click on the shop merch tab. Many of you have probably been to the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN merch tab. It'll take you here. We've partnered with Teespring, neat company that allows for us to have a lot of different shirt designs. They'll print them, they'll make them, they'll ship them out to you. So a neat way that allows us to have a lot of offerings. We've got a ton of really cool t-shirts, hats, snapback, dad hats, beanie hats, water bottles, more t-shirts, more sweatshirts, just a ton of options. Really, just a ton of options that you're going to be able to look through and find exactly what you may want. We've done what we can, like I said, with Teespring to try to stack this thing. We'll have plenty more options that we'll put up on social media, but make sure you check it out. All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, here at Hackley Stadium, wrapping things up on our Centennial Securities Postgame Show. 42-28 Muskegon over Mona Shores. Big Reds are district champions once again. Let's hand out some awards. Let's get out of here. What do you say, CT? Let's start with our Farmers Insurance play of the game. And actually going to go to the team that fell short today, but it was quite the play call. 60-yard double pass as Carafel was able to find the streaking Johnson down the field. It was quite the play call, and it was one of those plays that just kept Mona Shores in the game throughout this second half.
Yeah, they were able to find some of those big plays down the field that they needed to try to keep pace in what turned out to be a track meet in the second half. They had to go to the end around quite a bit, and it was pretty effective with Terpstra, but that the pass there, the double pass, ended up being a big one that led to a score down the field, kept them within striking distance even though they weren't able to win this game.
Our Centennial Securities winning game plan, best play call of the game, we're kind of going to do it opposite. And it was the winning game plan, but actually kind of was the losing game plan. It wasn't necessarily one play call, but it was the sequence for Mona Shores running out of first half timeouts, having some issues, ultimately not being able to get a fourth play in at the goal line at the end of the first half. It winds up being obviously a couple touchdown game, but for a game that was one score a lot of times down the second half, you can only wonder if Mona Shores had one more timeout and had one more chance to plunge it into the end zone at the end of the half.
Definitely. I think that changes kind of the style of what became the second half when if they had been able to tie that football game up, they're not chasing that one score the entire game, that one possession. It was just a timing issue. It seemed like in the first half as to where the play call and getting some of the personnel onto the field and figuring out what they wanted to do was taking quite a while. They were doing most of the night running the linemen up to the line of scrimmage and then kind of holding some of the skill position guys in the backfield, and then it was just kind of causing some issues. Had to burn some timeouts, and no doubt that affected that goal line stand.
By the way, Centennial Securities offers the investments and advice for your best financial game plan, and they and Farmers Insurance, of course, are presenting sponsors here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio, and the Rainbow Grill, player of the game. Rainbow Grill in Grandville, open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and you can get half a sandwich and a side for $9.09 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. Also, it's Wet Burrito Wednesdays
From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., Mackay guy was the player of the game, and then some 3 touchdowns and a whole lot more in terms of what he meant running the football on the ground.
Yeah, over 200 yards. Just mentioned that a minute ago, 25 carries. It was the guy that a lot of times when they were converting on those 3rd and 4th downs where the Mona Shores defense had an opportunity to try to get off the field, would have been huge for them. Mackay guy was carrying the football and just dominated most of the night, the way that he was turning some of those what were short yardage plays into big runs down the field with his ability to make guys miss.
Carr Center hit of the game, couple options to go to. You can go to kind of the end of the game, that one pass to Andrew Baker where he was hit from both sides. I believe the actual term is Malachi crunch.
Yes,
is when you're
we
hit
learned
from,
that.
from either side when he took that hit. But at the end of the day, a couple hits in a row will be our Carr Center hit of the game. It was Muskegon standing tall against Mona Shores at the goal line for 3 straight plays at the end of the first half. That wound up being kind of the difference in terms of the game script in this game with Mona Shores not punching the ball in there.
Definitely. I think the Mona Shores offense in the first half was running a lot of that power pistol formation. So you think once they get down to the goal line that they're down to the goal line there that they'd be able to punch it in. But the Big Reds defense came up big, able to stop them. Pittman trying to run the football in a couple different times and unable to do so. Definitely the way that the Big Reds stepped up there, as we talked about with the timeout situation, but also the way they played was a big factor.
Yep. All right. That'll do it. Like I said, next week, MGN YouTube page. Check out the Tailgate Report podcast. We'll be wrapping things up from here. Also, I'll be wrapping up our primary team, the Grandville Bulldogs. It looks like their season is en route to coming to an end. Tonight at Grandville, I saw there was a potentially kind of scary injury to Stephen Jackson, the Grandville offensive and defensive lineman, who's a kid that we had on our show as a guest. So certainly all the best and all of our thoughts and prayers to him. Hopefully that injury is okay. So haven't seen a closing report yet, but they had brought something looked like the headboard and so forth out for him on that. So hopefully everything good in Grandville in that regard, and we send that, and we'll talk much more to break things down this week on the Tailgate Report. All right, 42-28, Muskegon wins another district championship for the Big Reds, and also tune in the Tailgate Report to find out where we go next week. We'll be back here at Muskegon. We'll be somewhere else in D2. It sounds like Caledonia lost, and they blew what was a 21-7 lead in that game, so a wild night across the area. Byron Center won, so a lot of things to figure out where we'll be. This is where it gets fun on the MGN Road to Ford Field. Muskegon's Road to Ford Field still going. For Chandler Timmer, everyone at Michigan Sports Radio and Michigan Game Night, I am Nate Dreyer. Signing off. We'll see you next time.